like I did last time, which was not until like the middle of the night when I turned on the recorder. So
right before the recording, that's when you promised all those things that we're remembering for you.
yeah, I can't. It's. I'm sorry if it's not on. It's not in the evidentiary record. I can't. I can neither confirm nor deny any of that stuff happened. But we did see some very interesting things happen last time. So the first thing that you guys did was you guys set off the bomb. You found that platform, that bomb platform inside the gate, which you suspected was a gate that led into Aponovicius's lair on a different plane, a planar gate. And it looked like when you guys rolled in there, you found that big floating platform full of bombs. Basically, it looked like what they were preparing was to float that through the gate, which is in the bottom of Citadel Drezen, ignite those bombs, which would have been an enormous conflagration. It probably would have collapsed the Citadel into a crater, thereby also igniting the poisonous powder, which would go up into the air and potentially poison the entirety of the city, with that sort of fallout that happened. Because when you guys set that one off, you guys will remember that the bomb did go off, and that powder shot up into the air, that poisonous dust, and then came back down and sort of got onto stuff. Right, the dust was like covering some of the stones and things like that.
That was just one bomb.
And that was just one bomb.
Magical asbestos.
Yeah, kind of. So I mean, even touching it, you guys were worried that might have deleterious effects. And so you really sort of got an opportunity to turn that on its head, because that going off in Citadel Drezen would have been very bad, and may have turned the tide of the battle, frankly. In the meantime, you guys, so first thing you did was you set that up, and you set that Gatto went in, everybody exited the thing. Gatto went in there, he set the timers, came running out, and
kept running.
And kept running. So from your side of the portal, nothing really happened. I mean, there was the only thing that you guys, some of you were doing perception checks and things like that. The only thing that you saw was it looked like maybe some sort of insect flew out of the portal after Gatto had come out. But beyond that, there was no explosion. There was no, dust cloud or anything like that. You're not 100% sure what happened in there. What you do know is that no demons came in through the portal dragging a giant platform full of bombs to set off in the bowels of this citadel.
Actually, so we do know what happened on the other side, because Elendar
sent the elemental, yeah,
to look around.
That's right. I forgot about the elemental, and he did say, if I recall. Right. You recall correctly, that there was a lot of destruction.
Oh yeah,
completely buried, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it did go off. It did destroy what you guess was Aponovicius's lair. That being the case, it wasn't long after that you came back out into the city, and you saw that a lot of the fighting had sort of fallen off a little bit. And sort of the different groups had sort of retracted a little bit after this.
The huge aspect of the demon was gone after
was gone. Yes, correct. And then after a little bit, so the armies had sort of separated, in a brief sort of ceasefire was holding, when a large creature came, sort of like you saw the armies of demons sort of parting, and this large creature came stomping forward, who you once came into view, you immediately recognized as Aponovicius. She stood, maybe 20 feet tall, all of her, because remember, by race, she is a Merilith, so she has a lot of different arms. She's like a Naga with an octopus combined, so she has a bunch of arms. They all have.
Is 20 feet average for her? Did she enlarge herself? I'm just curious.
Well, no, it's certainly not normal size for a Merilith. An average Merilith is probably 7 to 9 feet tall, so double. But big. And she basically comes through, and essentially, everybody, you guys are on the walls of the Citadel and that kind of stuff. You could clearly see her, and you could clearly hear her when she basically issues to you guys a challenge. I will meet you on the field of battle in 24 hours at this spot right here. We will not attack before then, but we'll have single combat, me against you guys. And she definitely is meaning you guys as a party. we'll meet on the field of battle, and we will decide the question of Drezen once and for all. If you reject this challenge and don't meet me on the field in 24 hours, we will attack the city and we will burn it to the ground, and we will destroy every single living person within.
Wasn't that her plan in the first place, though? That felt like a hollow threat.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, but she's
Alright.
basically is essentially issuing a single challenge to you guys, and then she retreated back into her army, and was like, I await your presence on the field of battle," that kind of thing. And the fight for Drezen, the city, has largely stopped. And so you guys retreated back into the city, and there was some various accountings of how many casualties and that kind of stuff. Irabet called a council with King Harlekar and Geyer, and various people and you guys to sort of figure this out. But at the end of last time, Lothar decided to commune with Erastil. And basically, we had a yes/no session in which you guys were able to ask certain questions. I tried to write down a lot of those, but YouTube fucked up on me, and I only got about half of them. So I'm not 100% sure what exactly was asked. So if you want to start again, I'll tell you. So when we start out today, what I'll do is I will read you the questions that I know you guys asked and the answers to them, and then we'll put the clock back on, and I'll give you another 10 minutes, and you guys can ask more questions and round that out. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
I'll give you a chance to recapture those. All right. All right. So the original commune questions that I have was, first off, you asked, did we lose somebody?
I don't think so. Mike is off screen, but I think he's
okay.
there.
Did Aponovicius create the portal in the bottom of Citadel Drezen? The answer was no. Can she reopen the portal in the bottom of Citadel Drezen? The answer is also no. Was it the explosion in Aponovicius's lair that stopped the battle? Yes. Can we beat Aponovicius? And the answer is yes. Theoretically. Then you asked, will she cheat? And I asked to clarify that. Do you mean will Aponovicius cheat, or will I cheat on behalf of Aponovicius? And the answer to both questions was yes. And then Flashheart asked, is Gatto truly evil? And the answer was no. Then
come on, you can tell us.
We had a sidebar there as to the parameters of chaotic neutral versus neutral evil. There was a brief discussion there.
You just said you'd cheat. We can't trust anything you say, man.
Yeah.
You meet
You
two
can trust
DMs.
me. You can trust what I say. I am not evil.
That's true. You meet two DMs. One tells only the truth. The other only lies.
Wait, which
All
one am I again?
That is the
truth.
That is the core of the riddle. All right. So then you asked, does Aponovicius have spell resistance? And the answer is yes. And then Mike said, is she vulnerable to cold iron? And I said, yes, she is. And then Farina asked, does she have weaknesses we can exploit? And I think we got kind of off on a tangent here about the definition of what a weakness is. And the idea is she doesn't have any specific vulnerabilities. Like if you hit her with magic missiles only, then she does double damage. That's not what she has. She does have a variety of strengths. Some are greater than others. So when we talked about the idea of weaknesses, it became immunities versus resistances in large part. So ultimately, what you guys were able to learn was that her fortitude save is very strong. Her reflex is probably the second strongest, and her will save is probably the weakest. That doesn't mean that it's weak. It just means that it's the weakest of those three. Second is the immunities. And I'll just give you guys went through a bunch of yes or no's. Is she immune to this? Is she immune to that? So she is immune to electricity and poison, and resistant to acid, cold, and fire.
Does that leave lightning?
Electricity, she's immune to.
Oh, it's immune.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's immune to electricity, and what was poison?
Poison.
So what is she not? Nothing. She's
Sonic.
Iron
strong bitch.
She's vulnerable to Sonic. Or
psionics,
Sonic
right?
does damage.
Let's see, let us use psionics.
Sonic.
She does not use psionics, no. And then the last question that I was able to capture was the 24-hour time period that she offered to us to meet on the field of battle, will that benefit her? And the answer was yes. So at that point, hold on,
There was a question I'd asked about whether or not there was people in the city that might be of assistance to help. There might be a weakness to her that we can exploit. You remember that?
Yeah, I don't think I think the answer to that was no. There aren't. I mean, there really is. I mean, there
Originally,
really.
you said there was somebody. We talked about it for a minute.
Yeah, it was Toby. You don't remember Toby?
Yeah.
Said he'd come out and help.
I knew a guy. His name was
I know a
Toby.
guy.
Like somebody who could tell you what her resistance, like
No,
how
somebody
best
that-
to fight her.
Somebody that we could partner with that might be a benefit to us as a group to take her down. Does that help? Does that clarify?
Well, let me ask this.
Somebody we had not met. And then I remember, Gordon, you asked whether it was a female or a male. And I think you said it was a female. Does anybody else remember this?
I don't remember.
I don't remember this part now. I'm
Vaguely.
sorry.
I wasn't even drinking.
Remember this for like B team, but not for A team.
We
That might have been B team. Yeah, we did do some 20 questions on B team last time.
For B
Did we?
team.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think. Yep, I think we're
That could be
thinking B
it.
team there.
Okay.
Maybe it's
Okay.
time to start drinking.
So apparently
Gonna have
Won't hurt.
it's time for a silver bullet.
it won't hurt. Apparently.
All right. So that is where I got through. So if I'm gonna since I didn't get all of them written down, I'm gonna give you guys another 10 minutes. I'm gonna do a quick timer here to ask follow-up questions through Lothar to Erastil. So hold on, let me set that, and I will. Do you guys want to take 5 minutes to sort of plan out a little bit?
Well, we spent a little time plotting against you, so we could start with those questions. I guess.
Full time plotting against you.
Yeah. Les always loves it when we meet without him. So
Do you want me to take a walk?
We've been, no.
it's,
So I missed something. All of our conversations not been very.
Oh, you guys have been having conversations about this, or?
None of us
Not
really are-
really. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I sent an email trying to come up with anything because I've been thinking for 3 weeks and I can't think of anything to ask, honestly.
I think one of the questions I ask, can we bring the sword of Drezen with us onto the field?
For Valor.
I mean, the Sword of Valor?
Yeah, sword of valor.
No.
Okay, I figured. Just wanted to make sure.
Your Herald
Like-
power you had mentioned too.
Oh
Matt.
yeah, listen, I know I got some herald powers, and you maybe remind me of what those are. I'll look again, but I know you wrote them down somewhere, but I was looking for them earlier and I couldn't find them. See anything that I can bring to the table beyond my normal charming flasher self.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Is where she said the battlefield is gonna be right here, is that within the effect of a sort of valor that keeps demons
Nope.
from reporting?
It's just outside of it.
Is there anything we can?
But the Sword of Valor, I mean, has been they've basically decided that they don't care about that anymore. Even because it creates an environment where they have minuses, they can't use certain powers, that kind of thing, especially gates. But what they've done is they've basically said, we don't care about the minuses. We're just going to throw a bunch of problems at you, and two, they've gated in. I mean, they basically formed an army, and they've pre-gated all of their allies into one army.
I'm thinking about, is there a way we can get this combat inside the area of effect of the sort of valor, so if she starts losing or whatever, she just can't teleport back and forth between,
I guess what we want to do is make sure that she can't cheat in any meaningful way, like drop 20 rocks on us or something while we're on the battlefield.
Well, I don't know that she would see that as cheating. Well, no, I mean, she's a demon princess, right? So, I don't know that she would see. Well, certainly, I mean, your guess is that she's going to use whatever magic she has. She wants to destroy it. The real problem is if you guys are out there sort of by yourselves in the middle of the desert, and and her whole army is there. What happens if she just says, "All right, get them to the army," and they just surround you? Then now you're surrounded by an army.
That's why several of us have greater teleport.
Yep.
Those who don't are like, hey.
She did
All
say just her though, didn't she? I mean,
Yeah.
she said she wanted to fight us.
She wanted to fight you guys, yeah.
Oh no, he's Snako.
So that would be cheating essentially if she said, go get him.
Yeah, it definitely would.
It would be breaking her rules, but
I guess the question is, does she care about breaking the rules? Doesn't sound like it.
Well, no, she's a demon princess. She doesn't. She
depends on if
wouldn't-
she's winning or losing.
she wouldn't see it as break to her eyes. It wouldn't be breaking the rules. She's chaotic evil. There are no rules. Do you guys remember? You guys remember Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
Yep.
Where Butch is getting into that fight with that one guy, and he said rules in a knife fight, real rules, and he goes okay, and he walks up to him and kicks him really hard in the nuts, and that kind of thing. And so yeah, she's chaotic. I think we can make the case that Butch Cassidy is chaotic. So yeah, she wouldn't.
He's the Gato of his age.
She's not thinking of your guess is that she probably doesn't think about rules in the same terms that you guys do.
All right.
But
Well,
on the other hand, she might look weak in front of her troops if she's afraid to face us.
Well, there's that, right? So, I mean, keep in mind the idea of why she is probably doing this. She was perfectly capable of commanding her troops from afar, right? You guys blew up her lair and basically took away her ability to have this like huge kaiju-sized commander in the thing, which you guys suspect was probably some sort of projection, right? She doesn't want necessarily to be here in the flesh. But now you've pissed her off, and now you've destroyed her lair, you've destroyed her, you've screwed up her plans. So now she has to. I mean, that's a good point that Gordon make, is that she has to save face in front of her troops. These are chaotic evil demons. They're only going to follow somebody that they believe is strong and competent and dangerous. And you guys have already struck one blow against that for her. So she has to recoup that. And your guess, I mean, it seems like it makes sense for her to issue this challenge to sort of re-save face in the eyes of her.
Wait a minute. Flashheart's strong and confident and dangerous. Does that mean I can lead the demon army? Wait.
I think you need to check your book again.
Yeah.
Oh man. But maybe this is
I think we got to go to Lothar on this. Lothar, can he lead a demon army?
No.
I mean, basic prerequisites seem to be right in line. Come on, guys.
If he is willing to lose his paladin abilities and become an anti-paladin, perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds like a bummer.
If you'd like to change job titles, you can probably pull that off.
Yeah, you're the Herald of Iomade, dude. You can't.
Oh no, he wouldn't be that anymore.
No. He would be the Nerald of Iomade, I guess. I don't know what a negative herald is, but
He'd be Iomede's ex.
Schmerald.
so I don't think you got any additional. I'd have to look for the powers, and I'm Googling that right now. But did I send you an email that had those? I can't remember, but I think it's because you got a couple of new items.
Yeah, let me look here. I'll look.
All right.
You do. Somebody else talk while I do that.
All right. So you guys really haven't asked any questions yet.
The only question that came to mind less was about weight of a gold coin, but I know that I feel
See,
like-
that's the question I was waiting for. Now I've got. Let me get some charts. I've got some charts I need to do.
PowerPoint.
I've got a
I
PowerPoint.
gotta get my easel out here.
Maybe that's how we would.
Oh, I got radiance is okay.
She got,
Got it.
bonus, right? Okay.
Yeah, hold on. I got yeah, there's several things here. Okay. I'm gonna send it to you. Do you want me to send it to you via email? Do you want me to send it to you
Yeah,
in game?
that'd be
Okay.
great. Email. I got
Okay.
a breath weapon right now.
Does she fly or teleport?
Yes.
Everything that's been answered so far makes me ask, if I run, will she seek me out and kill me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we get more specifics? Like what does she gain by waiting 24 hours? Is she just waiting for her spells to recharge?
Renew spells, renew health,
Yeah. Yes. And
What-
yes.
cast
Keep in mind she was
divination spells to learn about us.
well, your guess is probably, I mean, you can ask this question too. If you ask the question, was Aponovicius in the lair when the bombs went off? The answer is yes. She was
She's actually hurt.
physically there.
So she
Sure.
might be physically hurt.
Are we being scryed on right now?
No. Well, no.
Not even by Worm Guy?
Yeah, we should
Well,
be able to be scryed on if we're in Drezen.
Well-
Well, the problem is you probably got at least 3 different groups of people who are scrying you on a regular basis. So it's a matter of like, is it that time in that part of the world? Is it scrying time in Mendev? That kind of thing.
I thought Drezen gave us some protection from that kind of stuff anyway.
I don't know that the Sword of Valor protects you from scry. It might. It might. I'd have to look.
Get on it, Sword of Valor.
Did we ask about, she's pretty much just a combat person, right? Does she have like a specialty in fire or cold or any of that kind of thing?
Okay. Does she have a specialty?
Trying to think of Marilys. Can't think of what, they don't do the petrification, do they, Marilys?
No. No. She cannot petrify you. Does she have a specialty? You should. Yes. She has a specialty, but it's not a specialty. And to go a little further, it's not a specialty in the same kind of way that you're thinking of. Like, is there a particular set of spells that she uses to work, or is she a particular kind of mage? And it's not like that.
Is it centered on combat,
Yes.
on physical combat? I mean,
Yes,
Wes, did you email it to me? I don't see anything yet.
I did.
Oh, wait, okay. It's coming through now.
she can probably attack with like 4 legs or 4 arms or something like that, right? How many arms does she have? Marilys, do they have 4 or 6? 6?
Well, she's atypical, so hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. Plus she has a tail,
Is
a
there anything
prehensile tail.
is
Thanks,
there
Les. I
anything
got it.
she's literally afraid of?
No,
Yes.
a good deity.
No, he said yes.
Is there anything, and I'm interpreting that question in a certain way, that the idea of, is there anything specific to now that she is afraid of? Yes.
If we
Is
chop
she afraid of losing to us?
Yes.
If we chop another one of Gatto's limbs off, will we get a boon?
Yes. No, I'm no.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm just asking questions. Come on.
If you chop them all off, think of the boon you'll get then.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now, are we all allowed to ask questions or just one person we're relaying through that one person?
It's up to Chuck. I'm assuming the way that the last time we did it, everybody was able to basically, and I assume that Chuck's in contact with Erastil or Erastil's minions, and you guys are saying, Chuck, ask him this, Lothar, ask him that, and Lothar is projecting those questions to the great ether.
Lothar's demanded that Flashheart leave the room already.
I was gonna
Come on,
say,
get out of here.
every time Gatto asks a question, Lothar shakes his head before he asks, though. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Do we
question-
get loot if we win?
Yeah, give us a detailed list of loot beforehand so that we can know what Gatto might have pilfered before the rest of us see it.
Well, yes. Yes, but it's not like a big cavern full of gems and coins and ingots like before.
No, we blew that up.
Yeah.
I don't want him. Flashheart needs no more coins. He just wants more sky whales for his breeding program.
Breeding sky whales.
Gatto might know somebody who can hook you up.
Nice. Oh, that's right. I'll be on my my ranch breeding sky whales.
Say, whether he does or not, Gato will hook you up.
So yes, so the Don, what was the question you just asked about?
I did not ask it. Never mind.
What is she afraid of? It was along those lines.
I did.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was Jennifer.
Jennifer, remind me, what was that question again?
Is there anything that she's particularly afraid of with this encounter?
Yes.
For asking yes no questions, we're gonna have to get more specific.
Is this something that we've used in her presence before? Some strength we have that she's seen?
No.
Oh, I know what it is. Is it Smite Evil?
No.
Wow.
Is it Fletcher?
No.
I'm afraid of Fletcher, and he's on my party.
Okay, I'm envisioning us all going through our treasure bags right now to figure out what weapon or special something we forgot we have.
Is
It's
it
not-
Nocticula?
Not precisely, but you're on the right track. No, but you're on the right track.
Is it losing face?
Yes, but that's like a piece of it.
Is she afraid of the other? Who's the other demon that is doing
Discari?
this? Is she afraid of Discari
Yes.
intervening?
Is she afraid
No.
of Gato's
Not
girlfriend?
intervening, but
He's
taking
afraid-
advantage of her weak state if she loses or is injured or
Well, no, not like that, because she is one of Discari's senior most minions.
okay.
Is she afraid of Gato's girlfriend?
I asked that. That's Nocticula.
Yeah, yes, but not in the sense that it's proximate. I mean, just in a general sense. See, the thing about Nocticula is Nocticula has killed Baphomet. Aponovicius is nothing for
It's
her.
a little, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little like brush of away. But keep in mind that Nocticula is in weirdly sort of following Arushale's path. You remember, so Arushale, I mean, the reason that she's with Ilindar is that she was a succubus. She's a demon. She is, but she was trying to defect, for lack of a better term, over to the worship of Desna, and was a Desna worshiper, as was Ilindar. So Ilindar as a drow and Arushale as a succubus, sort of, they've walked a great deal of the same path because they both follow Desna, which makes them outcasts among their people. When you guys rescued Arushale, she was being hunted by other demons to kill her for being a turncoat.
Yeah.
A literal goody two shoes.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah. Well, and so Nocticula is now sort of in this weird place where she is the queen of succubi and the owner of a plane in the abyss, but she also is making overt overtures is dumb, but I'm sorry to have to say it that way, but she's making overtures to the major good deities to say, look, I might be partially amenable to an alignment of sorts with you guys in this regard. So Nocticula has never been about the world wound, right? She always thought it, and she admitted to you guys she thought it was stupid.
Right.
But it opened up an opportunity for her to fulfill some ambitions of her own. She had been designated herself the assassin of gods for many centuries, but now she actually inhabits that title thanks to you guys. And I mean, she's killed Baphomet, and that's a big deal. And not only is it a big deal amongst her own creature types, but it's a big deal amongst her opposite number on the good side.
Yeah.
Right? Asmodeus knows her name, but Erastil and Iomade and Desna also know her name. And she's made overtures to, at the very least, she's made overtures to Iomade. And one can assume that at least, and I think, Chuck, and remind me if I'm wrong, there was some period where you talked to representatives of Erastil, and they sort of indicated, I want to say obliquely, that they had been approached in this regard.
No, well, I don't know if they had.
Or they had asked, or Nocticula had asked you to approach them in this regard.
Right.
Ah, gotcha. That's how I remember.
And Lothar politely gave her the finger.
Well, he certainly wasn't super happy about it, but I think Lothar, in the end, you agreed to mention it.
Right.
I don't think you agreed to be Nocticula's advocate
No.
to Erastil.
And that's not what she asked. She asked if I would let them know that she was interested in a meeting.
Yeah, taking a meeting.
A parlay.
She didn't ask me to be her advocate. She didn't ask me to give her a reference. She just asked if I would let them know. And I did let them know, and I told them I didn't trust her, and I think she's terrible, and kill her on sight. But that's just a human speaking. They probably didn't listen.
Well, they would have, they would not feel as vulnerable to her as a human certainly would.
Right.
So that might add into, that might tincture it, but yes. So, and Nocticula is making these overtures. So one may infer that these are efforts on her behalf to expand the reach of her acquaintances in the deific realm.
So you say she's gonna swipe right on good?
Yeah. Unless you're the generally paranoid type, and you would infer that these are moves of a duplicitous nature and that she's up to something evil.
Well, and you wouldn't have to be paranoid to infer that either. So, I mean, that's, what's the old phrase? It's not paranoia if they are actually after you.
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, it's a perfectly viable course of action. And frankly, it's a reasonable suspicion on Lothar's part.
Right. So I was asked to tell them that she wanted us to meet them, and I did that.
There you go. But yeah, so from her point of view, from Aponovicius's point of view, she would definitely see Nocticula as dangerous and would be fearful of her. But that is not the fear that is confronting her right now and has prompted her to do what she is doing. And I think Gordon got closest to it with the idea of Discari. She is one of Discari's top generals. If she fails, and obviously he has said, because you guys have heard that, the world wound is breaking open. Like there's more armies, more demons. They're doubling down. And, attacking Drezen at this time with the Sword of Valor in place, and Harlakar's army, and Geyer's Crusaders, and you guys all here, one might construe that as an act of desperation to try and eke out a W by hook or crook. Yeah.
I think she's afraid of Flashheart.
If she's not, she's gonna be.
She's afraid of punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Les, what kind of breath weapon do I get as a herald?
Well, if you take a mint, then the breath weapon goes away.
Yeah.
Then you're cured. I don't think you get a breath weapon as the herald.
No, I'm pretty sure you must have mentioned that.
I don't remember mentioning that. Do you have that written down somewhere? Because that doesn't sound like me.
I think we have to go back a few videos.
Thus far as heralds go, we've seen they have the ability to get their ass kicked, resurrected, and then run off home.
There's that.
Without offering to help or any of the rest of it.
Well, that
you get your heart literally ripped out of you. You might want to be on the bench for a while.
Just take a knee and rub some dirt on it. Let's go.
Did we have do we have a way to lock her in place and keep her from jumping out at the end?
That's a good
If she
question.
starts
Yeah.
to lose, we do.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do
we don't-
dimensional. Yeah,
Okay.
Chuck,
Yeah,
do you want to do that this time again, or do you want?
Yeah, I have it memorized, and it's for that purpose. The problem is she has spell resistance.
So spell resistance, and she's got probably a phenomenal will
I-
save.
I don't-
They said actually said it, her will save is the worst one. Again,
But it
that doesn't mean it's
bad.
bad. It just means it's the worst one.
He's awesome.
And dimensional anchor is
I know there's no save, but spell resistance maybe is.
right. There's no save. Well, I need to find it. Here it is. There's no save, but there is spell resistance.
So
Is there
maybe
a
I
tool
need
we
to do
could
that.
buy that would reduce her spell resistance? Is there any like spell or something that we could, isn't there?
Well,
Well-
I can get past it. But Chuck, why don't you use your spell slot for something else, and I'll use my nanites to do that spell.
Right. And
Make
I have
sure
spe-
it's
I
up.
have spell penetration, so I'm a little better at it than I would be without that, but still nothing near what Bardos can do when he flares nanites. I
Yeah.
think based on what level it is, and I have a kind of a lot of those, I'll probably just hold on to it and have it as a backup. Kind of the Hail Mary. If yours doesn't work, then I can see what I can do, but that's really the only way we have of holding her from extra dimensional travel.
I don't
You know, I'm
have
sure we have
really anything else fourth level, so
I'm sure we have our own visualization of this with the nanites, but when I hear Bardos releasing his nanites, I always think of Imhotep releasing all the scarabs from his mouth, you know, in the mummy. Blah.
No, he just flares up like a light lantern from everywhere.
yeah, it's kind of like that. What's that singer in the Marvel singer girl that gets all pretty? Can't think of her name.
Dazzler?
Dazzler, yeah, that's it.
Wow, that was a pull from yesteryear. I haven't seen her since the Amazing X-Men or whatever.
All right, according to what are the complete list of things that can help you overcome spell resistance? There's a series of feats: spell penetration, greater spell penetration, esoteric advantage, and piercing spell. And damned, which is a story feat which only works against good outsiders. Then there is a racial trait called elven magic, which I don't think any of you guys have.
I do.
Then Robe of the Archmagi, a piercing metamagic wand, and something called Dwemer's Essence gives you something like that. So let's see. There's a Verizian tattoo, a pyromaniac race trait. Yeah, a lot of these things are not great. The one that would be most accessible is spell penetration.
What about Nocticula's favor?
It's hard to weaponize that, really.
Can we buy spell penetration scrolls now?
It's
Or
not
not?
It's not a scroll. It's a feat.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
not
both
a,
of them. Yeah, Chuck, you said you had both of them too. You got the regular and greater.
no, I just have spell penetration. So it's basically a +2 to overcome spell resistance.
Right, and greater gives you another +2. So
So it's +4, right?
yeah, Bardos would have +4.
I think our best
Pretty
bet,
nice.
besides getting a spell penetration, is that we all do the Flash Hearts Holy Roller moves. So we have to be close enough to do that, but far enough away to get hit by AoEs when she starts dropping those. What do you think she's gonna drop? She's gonna drop some.
Well, there's been some clues during the Q&A. So the first clue, and I'll point out, was from Don, asked whether or not she can fly or teleport, and the answer was yes.
Yeah.
And then the second clue was from Gordon asked what, and basically what he sort of intimated was what was her combat tactic, and how does she go into combat? And she likes melee combat. She has 6 arms, all of which have various swords, and she has a tail that she can use. So she's bringing a lot of attacks.
Okay. I think I'd much rather face that than somebody's dropping like 6 cloud kills on us or something. So I'm good with that.
Hey, do we still have that weapon that does that?
Cloud kill?
No, pin.
The
been a long-
rod.
It's been a long
hammer.
time now. Somebody had a hammer
I think he gave it
Dan
back,
did.
didn't he? Didn't he
That
give
if
it back
you-
to the dwarves?
that if you hit and let go and give it the command word, it pins the person where they are.
Yeah, Dan, I want to.
I gave that to Gato, I thought.
Yes, you did.
Have you ever used it?
Yes, we still have it. Oh, you mean this thing here?
I don't know that it bars extra dimensional travel or teleport a dimension door and such. But I do know that if you hit with that and pin the person with it, they can't move except for those sort of magical
They have to
abilities.
make a strength check.
Okay.
Monsters and people, it's dang near impossible, but with this being a
Oh, okay. So
lower level deity, or
Yeah.
she might actually have a strength where it wouldn't be dang near impossible for her.
Good
that
job, Dan, remembering that.
that probably wouldn't help then.
I mean,
That's
it might.
bad. I thought you gave it back to the dwarves.
what
They
the-
asked for it back at some point.
No, I don't think that was one of the weapons we had to give back.
Okay.
But it may or may not be helpful.
I'm sure God will give it back to them when the time is right.
Hey, Les, does she have true sight too?
Yes,
Yeah, I think we asked that last time
I think so too.
she does. She has true sight.
because Gatto was heavily bummed.
Does she attack with any particular element?
Like energy type?
Yeah.
No.
Hello?
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I couldn't tell if you guys froze or not. Everybody's so still.
We're in anticipation.
All right. Anything else you want to ask?
Who's casting what for prep work here?
Well, I've got all kinds of things I can cast.
You know, Stone Skin Communal, anybody?
I've got that. I've got. I don't have communal, but I can hit several people with protection from evil.
I also have protection from evil. I was planning on putting it on the barbarian.
Oh.
Hey, bud.
Good, bud.
Right.
So
Hey, Grandpa Walton.
Hmm. And the normal ones, aid and prayer and what have you.
I can hit everybody with haste as soon as it starts.
What about fly? For those who don't fly, that's one of the annoying
I
things.
do have fly.
I wouldn't mind having some sort of fly, because I know a lot of us can fly without help, but, or it seems like everybody and their mother can fly besides me, but, that's why I
The
wanted
birds.
Sky Whale.
And I've also
Yeah,
got
who needs a sky whale? We can all fly.
I can probably hit 2 people with greater heroism. With
That sounds nice.
which basically gives you a +4 to attacks and saves and skill checks. And you're immune to fear.
Give
Nice.
a dexterity bonus to somebody with cat's grace. +1 dexterity bonus. I'm sorry, +4.
+4, so it's +2 to the number.
Nice.
Actually, Storm would love that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good call.
And I can grant a +5 natural armor bonus for somebody that can stack that on with bark skin.
Yeah, those are the ones.
How many times can you do that?
I have 6 per day of both the cat's grace and the bark skin. You know, the
Fletcher's got keen, right? I can do keen on arrows.
Fletcher's got it already, correct.
Yeah, but Matt, you don't have keen on yours, right? So I can cast 2 keens, one.
Will Keen help radius?
It doubles your threat range, as long as you don't already have something, either a feat or a weapon that already doubles the threat range.
I don't think Radiance does that now.
I can also give Strong Jaw to Storm.
Yeah, that's a good.
What does that do? I think I remember it was pretty awesome.
Its natural attacks are treated as 2 sizes bigger.
Which she's already huge, so you get that to her jaw, yeah. Her bite becomes like monstrous. Well, it already is, but okay, yeah, that'd be sweet.
I've also got Long Strider, which is kind of like haste. It's only speed though. It's only 10 foot. It's only for speed on land. It doesn't really give you extra attacks. Does anybody have a bow that would benefit from gravity bow by making the bow 1 size bigger?
I think you're the only bow user.
Well, I
Lothar,
think no, Lothar uses a bow too.
Lothar, that's his secondary.
Oh.
He's not casting spells.
Yeah.
No.
If Lothar's using a bow, it usually means we're screwed.
No,
Would
he
that
did
help you,
damage.
Lothar, though?
Well, yeah, because gravity bow helps whenever, but
Yeah.
let me see.
Hey, Les,
Yep.
she has physical damage reduction, right?
Yes.
So that would be instead of a D8, it would be 2D6 for all the arrows.
Substantial.
Yeah.
And the biggest stuff we've got here comes from oh my gosh. Flash art. But we've got to start close to him.
Sent you a note, Les.
Our melee will have to start close to him and then dive in.
Now I'm going to do that particulate form thing, which gives everybody fast healing 3 and it makes you immune to bleed and critical hits and sneak attacks, all that stuff.
Should we be putting all these on our TOS sheets now? Like, how's this?
Yeah, I guess I mean.
Can we drop it? Can we drop it in the chat or something, just so I can grab it off there, make sure I have everything? Would you mind?
We're doing
So,
this now, Les, right? So you want to?
Well, yeah, I mean, from a internal game times, you got probably 20 hours. So you get
Right.
rest, you get to reload your spells. You'll basically start from fresh. You have to memorize spells like normal. So for buffs, if you guys are doing buffs and you need to get ones from out of your book or what have you, you could do that, but just remember to kill those slots. Because if you use them, you have to use them before the battle.
And basically any spell that is measured in rounds, probably we don't cast until combat starts. Everything that's in minutes or hours or whatever, then those we can get ahead of time.
but can we mark them down now? I guess is
Well, once you get into the battle, if for the rounds ones, you're going to have to take time to cast them at that point. But yeah, you can mark them down now. Absolutely. We have to remember that whoever's casting them is going to sacrifice X number of. They need the time to cast them before the battle starts.
Is there anything we can do to make sure she doesn't drop a dispel magic on us? Because that's what I would do when we're buffing all up.
Or we don't stay close by. We don't all group up and group hug on the way there.
Yeah, like I said, unless I'm giving you my special powers for Holy Smite or whatever, I'd say let's not group up.
Single file to hide your numbers.
Hide your
Right.
numbers, right? I'd like to stand one step behind Fletcher and just bask in the pink mist as it wafts over my face.
Well, so at some point, I mean, everybody in the city has heard this, right? This challenge, and they've essentially assumed. Keep in mind, you guys have destroyed Baphomet. You're these sort of like, to a large extent, these almost mythological sort of commandos that have been fighting on behalf of Drezen and the people of Drezen. So the people of Drezen, and keep in mind that the city has been growing over the last several months, right? Harlakar's dwarf has been attracting more dwarves. Crusaders have been flocking here as a new sort of area. Keep in mind that this was a demon-held city for the last 80 years. And so the victory here was huge. So people have been flocking here. What's his name? Hargus or whatever his name has been bringing supplies in.
Guarum,
Yeah, Guernus or whatever his name is.
yeah.
Guenus have been bringing stuff here. So this has become a redoubt for Crusaders. And if you look at the map that we're looking at right now, you can see that you have the great Crusader armies along the Sarkora River, and then now you have a Crusader presence, a redoubt of safety on the Drezen River or on the Salin River. So what happens is you can see that the demons in the world wound are being driven back now along the Sarkora River. This is touch and go, right? That's where the bulk of the fighting is taking place, is down along the southwest border, and where the bulk of the Crusaders are. But having sort of taken Drezen, you've basically put a strategic flank maneuver on the demons. And your continued success in this regard has really pressed them, which is why Discari is sort of doubling down, right? He's like, and it could easily be why he's putting pressure on Aponovicius to take Drezen back. Remember, Aponovicius was the commander of Drezen for many years, with Staunton Vane as her Johnny on the spot sort of general. When you guys took it, that was a big defeat for her, and one that she's always wanted to sort of counteract. She hasn't been able to because of all the other things that have been going on. In the meantime, you guys have, well, not you guys per se, but Irabet and Harlequin and Geyer have been strengthening the position here and turning it into a force to be reckoned with. And it's also it's also brought forward a variety of guys coming from the southeast. That's the Mendevian army. That blue is the Mendevian army under Queen Galfrey, who is basically pushing out of Mendev and into the World Moon across the lower Selen, to try and not only drive back the demons, but also support Drezen. The last thing that Queen Galfrey wants is for Drezen to fall again, because it puts her back as the queen of the east, the country immediately to the east of the World Wound. She's been her entire tenure, I guess it's not really a tenure, reign as queen has been marked by the fact that she's had to fight these battles. It's like when Boromir says that your lands are kept safe by the blood of the men of Gondor. In many cases, the rest of Golarion has been kept safe by the blood of the men of Mendev, and the Crusader volunteers who have come through Mendev to come fight this battle. It's only recently, in the last several months, that those tables have been increasingly turned against the demons.
The demonic battle of the bulge, basically.
Kind of. It's more of the demonic battle of Osgiliath.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well for the Crusaders.
No, or maybe, well, it might be more analogous to what was the city outside of Osgiliath? Minas Tirith.
Minas Tirith, yeah.
So it might be more analogous to that. Drezen being the stand-in, a rough stand-in for Minas Tirith.
For that city.
But yeah, the last thing they want is for Drezen to fall. The problem is they're busy elsewhere putting pressure on the demons, because if they back off, then that means that Discari's generals can bring all of their force, or a lot more of their force, to bear on Drezen, which they would love to do, divide and conquer, right?
Right.
But in this case, your guess is that Discari has told Aponovicius, take back Drezen, or it's your ass. And Discari is a very different kind of demon prince than Baphomet is, or was. Baphomet
He's
is
alive.
No, he's dead. He's destroyed. Well, yeah, he's alive. That's what, Discari's one up for Discari. But Discari is he's the insect god. He's the great locust, right? He's the god. His primary remit was the god of all evil insects, spiders, locusts, all of those things. And whereas Baphomet was a much older god, demon prince in the tradition of demon princes. Discari is not like that. Discari very much exudes the same sort of personality traits that his followers do, which means they are efficient and economical, and they don't have sentiment. They don't suffer from sentiment, or they can't be provoked. They can't be driven angry. They don't get angry. They don't get sad. They're insects. And he's their god of evil insects. All they are is pure motorized malevolence. And So the same sorts of things that you guys were able to do to Baphomet, to provoke him, to bring him out, are not going to work here. What Discari respects, what Discari prizes, is effectiveness and efficiency. And Aponovicius, being a Merilith, obviously she's a follower of Discari, but she is not of Discari's people. She's not an insect. Those locust creatures that you guys fought in the bottom of Drezen, those would have been Discari's guys. And they didn't care if they were fighting men or if they died or were destroyed or blown up or anything like that. They didn't care about all that because they act as a whole. Insects act as a hive. And they're not conflicted. They have a purpose and they follow that purpose out. And that's what Discari is like.
I just put in the chat the things that Illandar, and then I think it'd be nice if I can get a little help on the protection from evil from Lothar to cover a couple of those, but we can hit everybody with those two things. And
I'm going to do telepathic bond too, so everybody can be, able to communicate.
Okay.
We want to put a bell on Gato so when he goes invisible and
I am not going invisible.
Well, Farina already asked whether or not Aponovicius has true seeing, and she does. It doesn't matter.
So there's no point in me going invisible.
Nope.
Well, so as you guys are sort of talking and strategizing, there's also, Geyer and Irabet and Harlakar's guys, basically say, look, we think this is a dumb idea. We get that you guys are the glorious commandos of Iomade, or the Optimist Primes, as we like to refer to as. But Geyer especially is quite nervous is too strong, is not the right word. He's argumentative about the idea that this is a good idea at all. And what he would like to do is he thinks that basically once you guys get out into the field unprotected, that Aponovicius is going to betray whatever deal that she feels that you feel like she's made with you as far as this single combat, and that she's just going to swarm you with her armies, and then with you guys gone, they're going to hit the city, and they're going to hit it hard, and then the likelihood is, like we talked about before, the likelihood is that they may, there's a better than even chance they could take the city. And Geyer especially is like, I don't think you should do this.
Okay. Does he have any idea how many stupid ideas we've done and executed and what?
Well, he's been in the room when you guys do the debriefs with everybody, and I imagine he
well, never liked
every
this,
time he
not even
talks
one
to us,
day,
I'm sure he's saying that was stupid.
that really, you guys did that? That was the choice you made?
So not fighting it, fighting her gives their side a morale boost because they see us as weak and afraid. Defeating her damages their morale because they've lost a leader.
Well, so there's that. So Geyer is basically like, so you guys have been friends with Geyer for a long time, and even more so than Irabet. You guys fought side by side with Geyer and his guys during the taking of Drezen, and so he has, well, not you, but some people did. Well, he has a lot of respect for you guys, and the last thing he wants you to do is throw your lives away. Now, he wasn't consulted before you guys went to the Abyss or to Elutionera. He wasn't really talked to. You guys did ask him what he thought, but he probably would have said the same thing, because he's like, we can't. This city cannot afford to lose you. Now, Harlakar, on the other hand, and his generals are basically saying, they agree with what you said earlier, Gato, which is like, this is an opportunity to pull the heart out of this army. If you destroy Aponovicius, and he's like, I'm confident that you will, and you show her to the collected army of demons that you have destroyed her. You raise up her head and say, your leader is done, that kind of thing. The likelihood is that they'll abandon ship. They're being goaded into this. Remember, they have to fight against, Dan brought this up earlier. They have to fight against the Sword of Valor, which creates certain penalties for them, but they are being goaded into it by Aponovicius, who is being goaded into it by Discari, right? Discari's basically probably said, Aponovicius, take that city back, relieve our guys from the northeast. It was your city. This is your job. And if you fail, well, it's probably going to be a problem for you specifically. But so what does Aponovicius do? I mean, the shit goes downhill, right? So she's rounded up a bunch of demons to form an army and basically said, I don't care if, the sword of valor makes you feel icky. We're taking this city back. Otherwise, I'm going to murder all you guys. Kill her. Discari's not going to come down from wherever Discari is and ice each of these demons. They're going to split to the four winds.
Right.
And Harlequin thinks that's actually says that's what's going to happen. You kill her, you raise her head up, and he goes like, he's like, I have every confidence that you guys can do this. When you do, the victory will be ours. That will be it. This city will be saved. And not only that, but we will have disrupted a massive army of demons who now are on the run. And we can take advantage of. Irabet for her thing is playing the diplomat between these two. Geyer is like, they shouldn't do it. They're too valuable. We need them here in the Citadel. Harlequin is like, they have to ride out. They've been challenged to single combat. Honor demands it. And it's an opportunity for us to destroy, to chop off the head of the snake. And if we do, and so you can see like Harlequin and Geyer are getting like arguing about this in front of you guys.
And we already talked to her about where we were doing this, and she said,
Alexa, good night.
is there any way that we can kind of funnel or control where her army is when we do this battle to kind of avoid the potential of it being so easily
Is it at the gates of Drezen? Is it where we're doing this?
No, it's actually quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, but it's a little bit further out. I'm not sure exactly how far the reach of the Sword of Valor is, but it's beyond that. So I think the Sword of Valor goes out 1 mile or 5 miles.
She does. Yeah, she doesn't want to deal with the Sword of Valor.
Yeah,
and
she's withdrawn after the explosions went off in her lair, and that particular. I think one gets the impression that she was counting on that particular gambit, because most demons are immune to poison, which means had that gone off, the demons would have run roughshod over Drezen.
Right.
The poison would affect the humans and dwarves and elves and people that are there, but not the demons that are there.
Hey guys, if we go through this, one thing to keep in mind is round one, everyone delays until Flashheart goes. Flashheart, the first thing you need to do is expend 2 Smite Evils to give everyone the Smite Evil ability. Everyone within 10 feet of you. And then everyone must attack her in some way, either a spell, physical attack, something like that first round. Okay?
So we all delay until after.
Right.
Yeah, make sure that Flashheart's
Smite
able
Evil.
to give everyone Smite Evil ability.
Why 2?
And then you've got 1 round to actually start it. Now, after that first round, it is declared then, and you don't have to attack her every round, but once he does that, the first round has to be an attack against the person you're smiting evil against.
How many combatants or people don't have fly that need it for this combat?
Flashheart for sure.
Flashheart.
Do not have fly.
What's that?
Verado does not have fly.
Okay, so it's 2. Okay, if it's only 2, then Illindar can do that as well. So those you two will have fly for this as well.
How long does that last?
It lasts for 15 minutes.
Okay, and I'm giving Magic Fang Greater to Storm also. I'll give him another +1 to hit and damage on 1 natural weapon.
Actually,
Magic.
I've already used the Bardo to give her that permanently. So
Oh, she can't have it on top of it?
so yeah, so hang on to that spell. That won't stack with what she's got.
Okay.
But I'll definitely take the thing that makes her one
Yeah.
attack.
Check your chat. You and Lothar, I'm writing down what I'm sending over to you guys.
Okay.
You have Magic Fang permanently on 1 natural attack, but can't you add it to another?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because she's got what, Claw Bite?
Yeah.
But right now it's on all of them.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Like I said, we use permanency to do that.
How
Right.
about her tail?
She doesn't attack with the tail.
Most
If you'd like to use that spell, Fletcher has a natural attack.
I say, what about wing buffet?
Buffett.
I love that.
When you said
Can you
magic
do it
fang,
on
I
a-
said magic
let's see.
bangs. Your hair looks
one
fantastic.
natural weapon or unarmed strike. Magic Fang gives one natural weapon or unarmed strike of the subject plus one enhancement bonus.
Yep.
So I don't see why you. So the spell can affect a slam attack, fist. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, his
Okay.
claw attack.
All right, we'll do that for you.
What was
Plus,
the
what kind of odds can I get from the demons?
Well, you have
But
to
I can
talk.
play both sides and get the same, huh?
You have to talk to the demon bookies, but it's probably a little bit higher on their own guy.
It's
That's
actually
what I was
not,
figuring. You know, if you play both sides, I can get good odds either way.
It's actually
Okay.
+3 to Fletcher.
Yeah,
Ooh, excellent.
that's what it is.
+3 on attack and damage.
What's the name of the spell that she's going to give Storm that makes Storm's jaws bigger?
Cat's Grace and Strong Jaw. They're both in the
Strong Jaw.
chat for you. They should have whispered across. Okay, Fletcher, does that sound good then? That'll work?
That sounds fantastic. Thank you.
Okay.
And Matt and Jennifer, did you get the keen edge down? Does that last 150 minutes?
Keen
And
Edge and Fly.
Basically doubles your crits.
Yep. Thank you. I've still never been able to take advantage of it, but this could
And
be
how
the
big
night.
is she?
So, make sure I have it. I have protection from evil, stone skin, teleport, and keen edge.
And fly.
Oh, and fly.
Les, her in this persona, she's large, huge, enormous. What is she?
I would say huge.
I said
Same size as Storm.
Oh, that's the other one is in large person. I've got that in mass or singly. What, who wants that?
Fletcher would
just-
like that.
Yeah, if we're not
Although
gonna
I'm
squeeze some in.
actually enlarged already, aren't I, Les?
You're larger than you used to be, but I don't think that it counts as enlarged.
All right.
Yeah, you,
Okay,
I
so
mean,
yes,
whatever
I
you
still
are,
like
you're
it.
just going to be bigger. So
Yeah, make
If
Fletcher
she's-
frost giant big.
yeah,
That
She's
might
20
do
feet
it.
tall.
You hit harder and are a little easier to hit. That's the
Right.
trade-off.
Hey,
He
Mike.
doesn't care.
But you get the bonus to AC from protection from evil,
Right.
Yeah.
and that stays whether you're enlarged or not.
Mike, there's a yellow box on the TOS sheet for the protection from evil. Do you put a 2 in there for the +2 on your
E.
E.
You put in an E.
evil?
If it's the yellow box, you'll see to the
It
right.
came
It
up.
says, "Are
It
you
came up.
fighting evil?"
It
You
came
put
up
in a capital E, and it says, "Okay, I got it."
+2 deflection to AC and +2 resistance to all saves.
Yep.
Got it. So Marina's got protection from evil and fly. Did anybody else give her something that she didn't capture? I didn't capture.
Keen edge.
Yep, got that. Sorry.
What about stone skin?
I got that. Yep.
That's what I have.
What are we supposed to fill in for fly? In the
I
yellow
think it's
box.
15 minutes fly, right?
I mean, you can just remember that you can fly, Jennifer.
Yeah.
You have to put it on.
Long
the-
dead or victorious.
See, the yellow box is just 15, I think. So
Oh yeah, it looks like caster level.
So we've got protection from evil and stone skin. Was there anything else that was for everybody? Haste.
The particulate form is going to be for everybody, but it only lasts around a level. But I'm going to do that like before Matt acts.
Right.
what is it? Particulate form?
Yeah, what it gives you, it's going to be fast healing 3, but the main thing is you're immune to bleed damage, critical hits, sneak attacks, precision damage, basically.
Okay.
Okay, make sure they don't get that because I like bleed.
I mean, that's probably going to have a big impact on what she does, how her attacks are.
Did you say haste, Mike?
I can do haste, but I wouldn't write that down yet because that's something I'm going to have to cast once we start combat.
Okay, no
And
problem.
we're not enlarged yet either, right?
Yeah.
Mike, I have that too. If you want to do that, like when I do the particulate form, like right before Matt acts,
Okay.
that way we'll all have it on and you can still act and fight.
And what was
If you
that?
want to.
You said particulate form?
Yeah, that's what it's called, particulate form.
Okay.
It's a 7th level transmutation spell.
When you do when you get to make an extra attack as a swift action each round, is that in addition to your standard? Is that how that works?
Like
Say that
in
again?
haste.
Pardon me?
Like for haste, you mean?
No, there's a spell I have called Bow Spirit that I haven't used yet, and it says make an attack from your bow as a swift action each round. So
Yes. So you would be, so even if you're not doing a full attack action, you can still use that and make an attack. But if
What
you're
if you-
doing a full attack action, you would do all of your full attacks plus that one.
Plus that swift one.
Okay,
So as
so
long
you
as
get
it
an
lasts,
extra,
you get an extra attack. Yeah.
so you basically get an extra attack. Okay.
You get an extra attack. But even if you're like running, you know, using both movements to run,
Yeah.
that swift action would still give you one attack that round.
Okay.
And then the last thing I'm giving, but I've only got 2 of these, so I'm going to give one to Storm, then I'm going to give the other to Fletcher, is heroism, greater heroism. So Dan, I just looked that up to see everything it does, but in a nutshell, it gives you +4 to attack, +4 to saves, +4 to skill checks, and you're immune to fear.
Nice.
And it gives you 15 extra hit points. So you know the 4.
Well, that'll be nice.
Like 415.
Yay, now I've got 715.
And 15.
What should we do on our last night, you know, in case we fail? We'll assume it's good, but what are we gonna do on our last night? A little game of cards, some heavy drinking.
You're thinking about putting a few new pages in the book?
Yeah, you know. We're gonna test those boundaries, baby.
2 of those are gone.
You gonna just hand out bumper stickers and I banged the Herald kind of thing, or
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe these little few more flash hearts running around Crusader demo, I'm sure.
Oh God.
Let's see,
I feel like those are the kids in school that either beat the hell out of other kids or get the hell beat out of them. There's like no
well,
in between for those
Flashheart's
kids.
backstory was he was the 7th son, you know, so he was the beating the hell out of, which is why he went to the church. Let's see, what else do we want to do? Little card game, little shots, boat drinks.
well, there's really with the argument between Harlequin and Geyer really doesn't. I mean, they're both very entrenched in their positions, and they both, are based. Geyer's like, don't do this. But in the meantime, he's also talking with his lieutenants, which are there in the room as well. Geyer is talking with his lieutenants. He's like, look, I want all the cavalry we have to go to the north and the south of the city, or the sort of the northwest and the southeast, and I want you to take up positions below the horizon, which would be on flat land like this is about 8 miles away. And then they actually get some mages. Irabet calls in some mages and says, can you do illusions that will cover these guys in a closer range? And they say yes. So basically their plan, Geyer's plan is, he's like, look, I could see that I'm not going to be able to stop you from doing this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to personally lead all of our cavalry, and I'm going to put us on the flanks of this army out of sight with with these illusion spells, and we're going to maintain that illusion until the battle that you guys are in ends one way or the other. That will give us an opportunity to attack from flank, and at the very least, the city won't be overtaken if you guys are defeated. Harlequin jumps on that and basically says this is a good idea. He designates about 500 of his heavy foot to essentially, accompany you guys out to the thing. So this is the core of Harlequin's veterans. He's basically saying they're going to accompany you out to the killing ground. And they will stay back inside the sword of valor. And if you are defeated, we will avenge you. Essentially, is basically the attitude that he's got.
Okay,
Nice.
we've got, and I'll tell him, we've got the ability to instantly get out of there if we get ambushed. I'd hate for you to have those guys out there and then for us to use a teleport or something to escape an ambush and your guys be stuck out there. We've got magical means and multiple ones of us have the ability to get the large group out of there.
He looks at you very seriously. He's like, I understand the pragmatics of what you're saying. However, we would never let you go out undefended. And I would never, and he looks over at Geyer, for whom you know that Geyer and Harlequin have a great respect for each other. And he looks over at Geyer and he says, my friend Geyer's cavalry, the last of his cavalry, are going to be on either flank of you. There's maybe 200 of those guys. And he's like, I would not let you go out undefended, nor would I let my friend Geyer's cavalry be eaten alive like they did in that last season of Game of Thrones. I would never let that happen.
It was a tactical like
Yeah.
head scratcher.
I was screaming at the TV.
Like, why don't you go into the total dark against the zombie army? Good luck with
So-
this little torch.
Marla's leading over. She's like, you don't have to yell. It's just a TV show. I'm like, but their catapults are outside. What are they doing?
Yes.
They put their catapults outside.
The only thing worse than the writing in this season is the battle tactics.
Man, they said all of the, what was those guys? Not the Unsullied. What was the name of those? The Dothraki. They're just like, yeah, we're going to light your swords on fire because that's going to be a big help for them to see you. And then just ride into the teeth of an enormous undead army. That's the plan. With all of our cavalry. And I'm just like,
So-
oh my God.
So stupid tactics aside and everything, the worst episode that season for me was, hey, let's film everything in the dark.
Oh God.
Yeah.
This made, I can't help it. There was a point where I couldn't help but think that is this the product of getting older? Is that I have to squint at the TV for the rest of my days? Is that the problem?
I really thought my TV was screwed up until the next day when everyone was bitching about it.
And no, that was a product of the writers having checked out because they had a big project up next.
Yep.
Right.
Collapse.
Did they get canned off of that project too?
They did. They
Yeah.
did.
Nice.
Star Wars project, but they're doing a 3-body problem next, so I hope they don't screw that up. That's an amazing set of books.
I'll never know if they screwed it up or not.
All
I
right.
have no interest in watching the 3-body problem done by those two dipshits. Plus, it
Yeah,
was a great book, but it was kind of a difficult book. You know, it wasn't
Yeah,
like a
it's a
breeze
difficult
through. You gotta like, I'm not. I'm reading this part and I'm like, that doesn't sound right, but I'm not good enough at science and physics to understand if that's right.
Well, it's also pretty dark, like from a Chinese point of view. Like
That's
everything- Yeah. It's like, what a grim reality to live on your day to day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is quite grim. All right, so you guys have a plan?
Yeah.
As much of one as we always do.
Full frontal assault.
Full frontal assault.
The
Yeah.
old frontal. So, Dan,
You know it's
that
a trap, right?
that is
Of course
that
we
is
know it's a trap.
correct.
Thank you.
We're gonna cast a bunch of spells, and then we're gonna sick the barbarian on.
What you used to say, Chuck? Open door, insert Fletcher, closed door.
Yes.
If we're successful, can we chop off one of her arms and sew it onto Fletcher as well? I think
Sure.
Why
think
stop
he's ready
at
to-
one? She's got 6.
Well, she might.
Imagine the Fletcher badassery if he has 6 arms, 2 claws.
Well, she
Yeah,
might,
that's
as a fellow multi-armed creature, she might see Fletcher as sort of like, brothers in arms here.
Kindred
Yeah.
spirit.
Literally, yeah.
Partner.
See what I did there, brothers in arms? Yeah.
Arms, yeah. Boo.
Come on, that's as good as it's That's as good pun-wise. That's probably as good as it's going to be tonight.
So then
just-
let's
Oh,
just.
I agree with that. That's probably as good as it's gonna get.
Hey, Les.
Okay.
After Flashheart talks a big game, he's gonna go retreat to the sanctuary and pray to Iomade and say, "Hey, you're probably busy, but tomorrow might be one to watch. This is right up your alley of things you love. Heroic combat with the fate of the world is on the line. The huge."
The usual. Yeah. Nope. None of you get very much sleep that night. As you as you can imagine, sitting there and lying awake in your beds, thinking of this this horrific battle that you guys, or glorious battle, some of you may be thinking of, that you guys are facing. And I mean, you've talked about it at fair length about how perfidious a demon can be, chaotic evil. There's no rules in a demon fight. And what she may consider to be single combat may be wildly different from what you guys consider to be single combat. But your hope is that, that you guys will be able to do this in enough time, or at least comport yourselves with the level of alacrity that will allow Harlakar's guys and Geyer's flanking cavalry to at least bring the heat if you guys fall.
Well, I'm gonna go and say a prayer and ask that my deity and his kin
Mm-hmm.
watch over Harlakar and the cavalry and keep them safe. And then I'm gonna sleep like a baby.
Cry a lot, wet the bed.
Yeah, at the bed, yeah.
No,
Yeah, and wake up every 2 hours.
Spit
Wake
up
up.
on Storm.
Yeah, there you go.
Spit up on Storm.
Secure in my faith.
But okay, but the night passes uneasily.
Unfortunately, I do the wet the bed.
Well, that was before really you became the high priest of Harassal.
Exactly. That had nothing to do with
That
priesthood.
was a long, glorious history of wetting the bed.
I'm old. I have a elevated prostate. It happens.
It happens. Dawn arises and the sun is red from particulates in the air and that red dust that settles, that comprises what constitutes in large part the soil of everything in the world wound. You can see as you come to the battlements, you sort of get up, begin shrugging on your armor, and take a look out at the battlements. You see that there are dust devils in the distance, which are throwing great clouds of this reddish dust into the air, and it gives the entirety of the area sort of as the sun shines through it a reddish cast. And you hear some of the more superstitious people in town talking about the son of blood has risen. There will be blood spilled. It's an omen. It's that kind of thing. And you try to reassure them, but there's not everybody's having it. You can see sort of out there just standing silently this army of demons just waiting. You can't see Aponovicius yet. You don't have. You're not scheduled to meet her for another 3 hours or so, and so you guys get some breakfast, probably some fortifying beverages, and re-go over your plan. And it's like, all right, what you're sitting at the big conference table, and the Geyer's guys have already left to take up their positions. Harlakar's guys you can hear them down in the courtyards of the Citadel, armoring up and preparing. You can hear the dwarvish captains commanding their units, getting ready to follow you out. Irabet is is there as you guys beginning talking about having one more final conversation about the plan. So it's like, all right, so this assault is going to be to the front, right? I mean, the front of the enemy, right into where they are, and everybody's like, yes, we know what the assault's going to be. We've got the plan down. But Irabet, as you guys sort of like get to the point where it's time, Irabet stands up and she's like, look, I know as the guardian of the city, I rode into this position on your backs. You were the group that saved Drezen from a century of demonic rule, not me. I've come here to conserve and protect what you guys have won, and I mean to do that. Even if you lose today, know that I have vowed that I will die in the service of this city, or I will be victorious. One of those two. And I've reconciled myself to whatever fate the gods have decided for me. But I wanted you to know that whatever happens, I will be here in defense of this city, regardless of whether you win or lose. As will be my people.
Wow.
So try to win, because I don't want to die.
No, I do have a decent charisma.
Oh, that's a good idea. We'll try to do that.
So she smiles. She's like, so please do win, because the last thing I want to do is die on the hand of a demon in this place. But she's like, look, may the deities that you worship, Iomade, Erastil, whoever it is that you pay homage to, Gato of the caravan, may they protect you today.
Don't pray to her.
He's been praying nearly constantly to her all the time. I'm getting tons of messages.
I know.
Not praying, talking to.
just before we go into the battle with a decent charisma, now's the time for plagiarism. Tomorrow, I will be planting my crops. Imagine where you will be, and it will be so.
There you go. All right. I like it. All right. You guys are led down by a contingent of dwarves, armored dwarves, down to the main gates of the city. They're pushed
I
over.
hope there's some kick-ass soundtrack to go to battle with.
I don't have a kick-ass soundtrack. All I have is the
No, it needs to be Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, I think it does for this one. I agree.
Wow. Come from the land of the ice and snow to the midnight sun to the hot winds blow.
Let's see what I got here. Bet I can find something.
Which, by the way, was the entry battle song to a Disney princess. So it kind of connects the dots all the way around.
Which Disney princess?
It was in Shrek. It was when they kidnapped all of the princesses, and
She's not a Disney princess.
How bizarre.
Snow White, I think it was, came out, and all the birds and animals started coming as she's doing this pretty song, and it goes into Led Zeppelin, and all the animals get angry looking and fly at the bad guys.
Doors open. The doors open and you walk into a cadre of dwarven warriors who salute you and clash their swords together and shields together as you enter the middle of them, and you pass through them and lead out there. Harlakar is there. The king of those dwarves is there, and his chief lieutenant. And they're like, we will accompany you out there. And they're like, you see a march, that kind of stuff. And you begin walking out across the reddish dust out to the place. You can feel, the herald will tell you that he can feel the power of the Sword of Valor begin to weaken slowly. But even as the power of the Sword of Valor weakens, you can feel your own power, Herald, begin to take hold. And you guys can see him as you guys look over at him. You can see Radiance is starting that thing where she sings Ride of the Valkyries in his scabbard, but you can have that kind of thing. So, and he's got this, you guys have known Flashheart for a long time. He's got this, as he's walking out there, you can see this sort of weirdly deific look about him. His eyes are almost, what color are Flashheart's eyes? Are they blue?
Yeah. Well, my character, she says they're gray, but really they're blue eyes.
Okay.
That's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut. Yes, they're blue.
Okay, they're almost glowing with intensity, and he has this weird sort of radiance around him. You're not sure what it means, but I mean, all who look upon him can see that at least some portion of Iomede's power seems to have been invested in him. You guys look over at Lothar, the tall, gangly, still skinny after all these years on the road and stuff like that. Priest from the north, the Ulfin priest. But you can see that he's got this greenish glow about him. And there's like the smell of cold water and pine needles rearing off of him in waves. And you can I don't know, Lothar, do you sometimes still have the little horns that come out once in a while, the little antlers?
The antlers occasionally.
Yeah, those you begin to see these gnarled brown antlers begin to emerge from his head as he's walking out there, and the bow that he carries in his hand, you can see it burst. It looks like it's about to burst with energy, with the excitement. Fletcher is tall. and he looks even taller in this case. His arms and his weapons, his claws are hanging down, and his eyes, which are now much changed from before when he was sent back from the prison, and you guys found him in the desert. Found him, well, in this case, you found him back here at Drezen. We're able to take him up. He's got this alien look about him that just exudes dangerousness. I mean, you've seen him in action, and he looks like he's ready to destroy anything that he touches. Ferrado used to be Farino, now Ferrado, this melange of panther and person that now walks among you and is, by all as far as anyone can tell, greater than the sum of those parts. She may have been blended together by a rune lord, an evil rune lord, but she exhibits a calm and a grace as she moves cat-like into the sand that you may have never seen from her before. Her bow at her side, bearing those elvish runes that are on it that she's carried for almost 2 years now. Gatto, he looks the same. A little bit sketchy. He's got a curved smile on his face. He's doing high fives with some of the more sketchier dwarves that are in the pack. But he seems to exude a certain confidence. There's that arrow shaped thing on his cheek, and you can see that it's got a little bit of crimson in it, like it's
Throbbing a little bit.
Yeah, it's like it's growing. You're not sure if that means Nocticula is with you, and frankly, there's only maybe one person or two in the party that would ever ask.
And Ned on my head.
Yeah, and Ned on his head, and as he's walking next to Bardos, he's like, "Hi, Bardos, how's it going? Got a big fight today. It's gonna be fun, I think." You look at Bardos, and he's got the nanites in his body. He hasn't activated yet, but even then, you can see that there's a power burgeoning within him. You guys all know that he is, when it comes to the control of thaumaturgy and dwemercraft, that Bardos exceeds anyone else, and his command of those powers has saved you from fates, in many cases, quite literally worse than death on more than one occasion. His impassive face shows no emotion as he walks with you guys in the front rank out into the desert. And finally, Ilindar and Storm walking together. Ilindar, his eyes dark underneath his his eye pits dark underneath his eyes, despite his dark coloration. You can even see the shadows under there. But Storm walking forthrightly with his teeth shining and his claws immensely sharp, digging up little pits of sand as you guys walk through. And you could see that where Ilindar seems nervous, Storm seems forthright, and between the two of them, you can see that there's no hesitation in their steps. And I'm pretty sure I got everybody. As you guys walk out there, standing out amongst the thing, once you guys come into view, and I'm probably talking about a half a mile from the lines of demons, you can hear now the demons that were silent, eerily silent out in the desert, begin this raucous catastrophic screaming and yelling and cheering, and you can see sort of they're beginning to part again, but you don't have to look closely to see in this case Aponovicius moving through her lines. The cheering and screaming that these demons are making is hurtful to your ears. Frankly, they're screaming for their champion, and when the demonic screams that erupt from this immense army of demons, far greater than any equivalent army of crusaders or dwarves that you guys have in there. You're guessing there are thousands of demons here. If anything, their ranks have gotten larger overnight. And it may be that Aponovicius, one of the reasons that Aponovicius asked for 24 hours was so that she could bring in her reserves. She could bring in all of the creatures that she commands for one final push. She steps through, and you can see that the creature coming through the demonic ranks is much larger than 20 feet. 50 feet tall, this Marilith stands as she slithers through the thing, moving this way and that in a snake-like way as she moves through the front ranks. Her generals, her own captains are sort of in the front rank with their things, huge, now fashiony, with bombs, those big bombs strapped to their backs. And ready to fly up again. You can see more carts in the background that contain bombs and other canisters and other things like that. Overhead are flying vrocks and circles, ready to pick up troops and bring them into what you suspect they think will be the final battle of Drezen. The end of Drezen, if you will. And at that point, it's time for us to change maps.
Okay. Is this book 6?
This is book 6, yeah.
Is this the final battle?
It is not.
Are you reading ahead,
Okay.
Don?
Well, it depends. It might be the final battle for several of you.
If we lose,
I'll wave to the demons, psych them out. Hey guys,
Hold on a
I
second.
forgive you. Dan, what is that behind you? Is that Burning Man in your picture?
yeah, my internet connection isn't very good at Burning Man right now. I can stop.
Yeah, all the flooding.
Things aren't going well here.
It is not going well there.
I saw
Radical self-reliance is a key tenet of Burning Man. So good luck, guys.
I saw a Burning Man thing where they said that there was briefly some guy on CNN said that Ebola had broken out at Burning Man.
Oh shit!
And I'm like,
Wow.
wait a second. Holy what? And then they came back on and said, hey, we were wrong about that Ebola thing. It's okay. Not Ebola. They're just 75,000 people with no food, no water,
Stranded without, yeah.
and can't escape. So that's gonna be a
And
fun
dry
time.
lake bed.
Yeah, in a big dry lake bag.
Yeah.
They're gonna have they have to have food drops like they did for Berlin for
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Well, I want to know when cannibalism starts, but we'll wait. Donner Party's not quite ready.
What's the old phrase? It's like everyone chaos is only 3 missed meals away. All right. Coming-
all of us are going to be behind.
You guys can move around whichever way you want.
Well,
We're all going to be behind Flashheart or around, basically, especially the martial creatures or people need to be really close to Flashheart.
yeah. Don, did you say I need to cast 2 Holy Smites?
You use 2 Smite Evils
Choose my
to do a 10-foot burst
Yep.
to give everyone Smite Evil.
So that gray circle.
It's Holy Justice. It's Justice of Aura or something like that.
Anyone who wants Smite Evil is going to have to be inside that gray circle for you. And actually, Flashheart, why don't you move out front a little bit,
Yeah, let me do that.
down into the
Unless,
left.
can you make me huge?
I could try.
Sorry, I'm on a Zoom picture.
And there are people whose health bars aren't maxed. So
Yeah, let's do that too. Max those health bars.
Health.
Am I one of them? Let's see.
no, Illindar and
Yeah,
Fletcher. Oh yeah, Gatto.
It is now.
Okay. I still don't see it, but I'll trust you.
I haven't saved yet, so
Is that where you want me? I was
There you go.
unclear where you wanted me.
I want you to stand still.
Because we need to be
Come
in
on,
the
guys,
gray-
stay close by. I hit him with that hammer to stick him in place.
That'll fix him.
Don't.
All right, so she steps out from the thing, and the demons grow silent again. So the screams sort of like caught up. She slithers out about 100 feet away from the front lines to you into this area, and you guys are about, I want to say about 300 feet. I guess you can check the measurements, but you're about 300 feet away, and she says, I assumed you would chicken out, cowards that you are, sending, coming forward, and you see her voice kind of coming forward to destroy my lair in your weak attempt to put me out of business. Well, you failed, and you will
Pretty
continue
awesome
to
though,
fail.
right?
Was not awesome. I had all my toys in that lair. But she basically is like, I can't believe you guys actually came out here to do this. Are you so desirous of death? Are you so ignorant of the consequences of your actions? When this is done, when you are defeated and your bodies lie here bleeding in the sand, my demons, my demonic army will go into your pitiful, pathetic city and destroy every living thing there. Not one person, not one animal, not one plant will survive this day.
Not
No.
the ferns.
Every single fern will be burnt or devoured in some way. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get one more quick beer before I choke here. Hold on a second.
Elendar yells, keep telling yourself that.
She ignores you. She's like, do you at this time honor tells me, honor asks me to ask you, do you wish to proffer your surrender?
What do you
I
need?
will provide terms. If you surrender now, I will allow every crusader and every civilian in the city currently to leave and go due east. I will extract as tribute only your leaders, Commander Geyer, King Harlakar and his captains, and Irabet Tirablade. They will be my prisoners to do with what I will. You will be allowed to shepherd the rest of the Crusaders and the civilians out of the city and back across the Selin River. Those are my terms. Will you surrender now?
Know of honor, evil creature.
Flashheart, offer our terms for her surrender.
Yes. Our terms. Let's see, the Inquisition, chief weapons are fear, surprise, and an unhealthy zealotry towards the queen. What are our terms? Let me 1 second, evil creature. We're gonna just consult here.
First. Well, hold on, not yet.
All right. Our terms.
Are,
Not yet.
Expand your barmy.
Are
Get
they-
there.
Too far
Get
away.
there.
To the justice. What?
our terms are surrender now, and all of you go back to where you came from,
Playing, yeah.
or all of you will die today.
Go back to your demonic plane or nearest convenient interdimensional.
At this thing, you could see her make sort of a gesture, and the army of demons behind her is like, ah. They begin laughing and screaming and jeering, and then you see her sort of just go, and then immediate silence again. We do not accept your terms, and I can see that you do not accept mine. Frankly, that was what I'd hoped you'd say. Shall we
Cool.
roll for initiative and finish this?
You want to parley a little bit?
I'm gonna
What I
cast
really
a
wanted to
spell.
say-
I do not.
We will let everyone go and then just point to a random demon in the crowd, except that guy.
Parlay
He
for
dies for you.
Just FYI, with this much distance, you cannot do Smite Evo until she's within striking distance for all of us in one
Right.
round.
Yeah.
But I
So
can
we need
cast
to
a
keep this.
Do we have anything to knock her down to size too?
Formation.
50 feet is a
If
big number.
if you just throw a dagger towards her, that's an action.
Does that count?
Yep. You're doing an attack action at her. We don't have to wait until she's within range to kill us.
Okay, whatever you want to do. What you want to do it now? Oh, we gotta do initiative. Sorry, I wasn't. paying
Yeah.
attention.
I would say wait until it's a little bit closer.
Okay.
What are you said we're 300
Okay, so
feet?
Les, what's your ruling on that? Is that enough to get it going?
What do you mean?
Okay, if he does the holy the aura of justice, which is the burst to give us all smite evil.
Okay.
by the book, we have to attack the creature intended. Okay. Can we
Donkey
just
hip.
declare that we're attacking that creature? Do we actually have to get physically close enough to strike it? Or can
You
we just
could-
like
well,
throw a dagger towards it and
you
say
have to-
we're, you know,
It has to be some sort of violent act, right? So even if and I'm leaning towards the dagger interpretation, right? You have to do something. You can't just say I'm attacking you and then not attack. That doesn't
Right.
count. You have to do something to enact it. But even a
But-
token effort would be sufficient.
right. So even an effort that you know is going to fail, just making that effort.
So again, I ask, when do you want me to do this? Before she starts dropping.
If
uh,
this
Right
worked-
before she said roll for initiative is when I wanted you to do it, but
Right.
that
I'm
didn't
happy.
work. That's why I said burst.
Well, a
Well,
lot of people had stuff that they wanted to wait until the beginning of combat to cast so it wouldn't burn off in seconds because it's
Okay.
rounds per level. So if you wait like one round,
all right, that's fine. I will wait one round. Silly, wait one round.
So what are we adding then? We're now adding the one that you were gonna do, Gordon, the particulate something or other.
Yeah, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Yep.
What's it called? Particulate.
Particulate form.
Sorry,
Okay.
but for some reason my initiative got lost, so I've been trying to figure out how to add that
Oh.
again.
If you click on your
Yeah.
character, it'll pop back up on your screen. I had to do it too. So you click on your actual character on the map, and then the initiative should pop in the top left corner.
There you go.
And what was the other thing that you guys were throwing on at the heat of battle when
He's-
we started?
He's casting that. Ilandar's casting haste.
What is particulate again?
you're immune to precision damage.
Which is
And you get
Bleed.
fast.
You're immune to bleed and you have fast healing 3.
Uh,
So
Any
every
kind of-
So beginning of your turn every round, you get 3 hit points back.
Okay.
And if you need a lot of healing, you can actually end the effect and get back 5d6 hit points right away.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
I think we're gonna be needing it. Do we have any idea how to cut her down to a little more manageable size at 50 feet?
It'll be
If you
easy
get
to hit.
past her spell resistance, you can do reduce person. Don't count on that.
yeah, but
Les, I
that's-
know you got a lot to add, but just as an FYI, Farina didn't make it into the list.
Ah, Farina, what did you roll?
31, I think.
31-1. Holy crippity.
Thought about trying slow on her, but I mean, even with will, it's gonna be almost impossible to get any kind of spell like that through without
Right.
using nanites, and I don't want to use them all for that.
for that, yeah.
Oh, I got that wrong. Hold on.
We established she does fly.
Yes, we did.
He either flies or teleport.
And or teleport.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Fletcher, Lothar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 of you. Yes.
There's 7 of us, 8 of us counting Storm.
Apparently, he wasn't counting Gato.
9 of us if we count Astrid.
I assume you left Astrid back home.
No,
You didn't? Okay.
Jastard?
He's Raven.
my Raven.
All right. I think we got everybody. Let me sort. All right. So we're gonna do that is Storm separate or is going on Ilandar is going on yours for right now?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me get these. I put these in here because I'm seeing if this might be a nice way to track drag
Oh, okay.
let's see. Where is there he is. Okay.
I was wondering what a Caravano skin was. Now I get it.
Okay. And then just a couple of regular old stone skins because I ran out of ideas. All right. And then we put the round up at the top. All right. Are we ready?
No, probably not.
No.
I got this is such a big map. Hold on a second. All right. All right. So she's basically said, look, I get it. You guys you guys can't back down right now. It'll mean your deaths. And you've earned it. You've earned your destruction. It's time.
You really haven't thought this through, have you?
All right. Gato. Let's start.
Yeah. I'm headbanging right now.
All right. Gato.
I
Okay.
stay in one spot.
Got it. All right. Ferrado.
Ferrado's going to touch Storm with guidance, give her 1 more +1.
Okay.
Are we all delaying this round so we can?
You can
Well,
cast a spell.
Most of us are casting spells this round,
Okay.
buffs or whatever.
Oh, I guess really then I need to focus on the bigger ones. So the 3 that I promised, I guess I need to focus on that now because we didn't do that right before we walked in. We're doing it now.
Well, we did if it lasts for,
Minutes.
15 minutes.
for us.
then those were done as we were getting here.
They were done. Okay, then I'm back to guidance for
But if
Storm.
you've got anything that only lasts rounds, that's what we start right now. You know, you have to
Okay.
cast in combat.
Okay, that's guidance for Storm. I'm done.
Okay. That's it for you?
Yep.
All right. My turn.
Aren't I doing my thing now, guys? Or am I waiting around next?
Your initiative's way down there, Matt.
All right, okay, that's right. Forgot we're in Mish.
All right. She disappears and materializes here. And let me check. I got to check one quick thing. Because I think she's doing that as a swift action, which means she gets an attack. Yep. All right, so she does that as a swift action, teleports in, and she is going to get an attack. Now, she will get a single attack, but with each of her arms. So other than the massive amount of multiple attacks that she would normally get because of her showing up here. So the first is, and she's attacking Storm,
Yeah.
if that wasn't obvious.
That's
Is Storm's alignment good?
Yes.
Oh, that's not great. Okay.
Good.
All right.
not great. It's just good.
Good.
All right. Her first attack with the first sword is
Fumble.
A fumble.
I almost did.
Nice. Play the music. Play the music.
Yes.
I cannot believe that. I cannot believe it.
I start laughing out loud at her.
We need that Price is Right music.
Womp, womp, womp.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This can't
I will remark to her. I guess you've never.
No,
played
wait. Roll to confirm. I want to see if she throws that weapon.
Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and confirm that. 55 hit you?
It does.
Okay,
It
so
would
it's a
have. It would
unconfirmed
have.
unconfirmed fumble. She does not. Yeah, thank you. So she would have shit. Well,
All her attacks end.
yeah, all her attacks end. All right. But she's there. All right. So yeah, that kind of
That was awesome.
that's not awesome. That's not awesome at all. But it's now Lothar's turn because yeah, fumble stops. So yeah, she fumbles it. She screws it up. Biggest day of her career. First attack out of the gate.
In front of all of our troops.
In front of all of her troops and
Don't
Discovery.
give me excitement.
You know that there's one of those guys on the phone. It's like, yeah, but yeah, she just ran out there and fucked things up. I don't know what's going on. Discovery's on the other end of that phone going, really? Really?
A 1.
You tell her I gave her one fucking job.
I'm going to cast Holy Aura.
All right. Why not?
So everybody in the red circle, which at this point is currently all of us, gets a +4 bonus to AC, +4 bonus to resistances on saves. Unlike protection from evil, this benefit applies to all attacks, not just those against attacks by evil creatures. Second, each warded creature gets a 25 spell resistance against evil spells and spells cast by evil creatures.
Nice.
It protects the recipient from possession and mental influence, just as protection from evil does. And finally, if an evil creature succeeds on a melee attack against a warded creature, the offending attacker is blinded. Fortitude save negates. But against Holy Auras,
That was a lot to do. Was it +4 what? Maybe I just
AC
correct-
AC saves, and
But it probably supersedes the protection from evil, so it doesn't stack with the protection from evil.
Right.
It just changes it from a +2 everything to a +4.
correct. It doesn't
Yeah,
stack
finally
with
went up.
protection from evil. So you
It
go up
replaces it.
another +2.
So when you say warded by an evil creature or warded by a holy aura, is that anybody within the aura is warded?
Correct.
Okay,
One creature per level in a 20-foot radius burst centered on me.
got it.
So
Okay,
That's,
and that's
everybody.
that's the orange.
Red.
That's the
Oh,
red.
That's the red. Okay, that's this one. Right.
Everything's oblong because the way you have this map, but
Right. Well, I thought that there might be some vertical work that we need to do. So like people flying around and stuff like that. So we are using a isometric map. And by the way, just want to say hi to and welcome Eric Berland
Hello.
to the game.
Hello,
Hey Eric.
Hey.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, Eric.
Hope you
What
brought
the
your
heck are
spoon.
you guys fighting?
Something scary as heck.
Aponovicius.
Very big.
Yeah, it's just level 1 of the dungeon. You don't.
We're
fight
just
crazy.
starting. We just turned off the Zeppelin music, Eric. We're ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah, it was they had Zeppelin music, but here's my theme song for the first round. Because my first, so you could see this creature's big. It has many attacks. It has a lot of things. I have a whole list of the cool things that I'm about to whirlpool on these guys. My first roll,
Survive round 1.
my absolute first roll in round 1, after swiftly greater teleporting to them to fight to kill their Eidolon, natural 1. I rolled a natural 1. My first roll out of the night. So stopping the attack, screwing things up, and now she's going to be in trouble with her boss because everybody saw it. So
Oh, the demons are already YouTubing this one. So.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's like this is already on TikTok.
Yeah,
it's already
this is
it's already viral.
it's under Epic Demon Fails.
Yeah, and
Big demon fails. Jeez,
it's viral on Helltube.
it's going viral on Helltube. Hold on, I gotta write that down.
And by the way, the Holy Aura is a burst. So now it doesn't matter. The way I'm reading it, it seems anyway, it doesn't matter if they go away from me. So outside a 20-foot
Already got it.
radius. it's
Not
whoever-
after the burst. Right.
it's
After the
whoever was
burst,
in
they
the
can move
20-foot
away from you.
radius.
Oh, that's
Right.
awesome. I was just going to ask that. Okay.
So
But they don't
so-
have to stick next to you.
No,
right?
it's not a burst. It has a duration, 1 round per level.
Well, yes,
Yes.
but
But it's a
it
burst.
stays on
Once
people.
once it's activated, you don't have to stay within 10 foot of that guy.
It's not like protection.
Oh,
from
right,
the
yes.
Magic circle.
Yes,
Magic circle from evil. They have to stay within 30 feet of me.
Right.
Gotcha.
Once,
Okay.
Once this
it
burst,
lasts for them. Yeah,
it lasts for 1 round per level.
got it. Okay, hold on a sec. We'll just put that right in there.
So 15.
15 rounds?
Yeah.
Seems like too much. Let's make that 7.
Seems like a combat, doesn't it?
It seems like a combat.
I think we
greater
should make it.
teleport and
Well, if I keep rolling so swell,
I think we should make
pretty
it.
short actually.
I think we should make it 30.
30 rounds?
Yeah, because I'm the beloved of Rastal.
I think if you fail on your first,
So all that
round.
glowing was him. That was a power up. There was a glow up.
Was it glow up? You're all what you guys are walking out with the immigrant song playing? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more a morale boost than anything else.
And for whatever reason, Lothar's hair is doing that flash art thing and blowing in the breeze with
Yep.
perfect conditioning. So,
Wait a minute, that's my cantrip.
hey, it got past to me, buddy.
All right, Lothar, is that it for you?
That's it for me.
I think if you fail on your first thing, you take 6 bleed every round.
No, I told you that I made changes to her stat block so that she's now immune to bleed.
Of course.
No.
You didn't say she's cheating.
I do. She does have some ugly tricks in her book, but it's now Ilandar's turn. Ilandar and Storm. Well, Storm, this was obviously targeted at you. She came at you, and
Storm pulled a Neo.
yeah, just sort of like that kind of thing, and that was a hell of a move for a dragon.
Mhm. She still reaches across and smacks Scotto.
We're busy. You cannot do that now.
Yeah, wait until the battle's over. All right, so Storm's up as you are, Ilandar.
So Storm is going to delay. So
Ooh, okay.
fortunately, you are going to have to split the 2 out now.
Now,
Okay.
wait, if you can stay with this distance, well,
But
yeah,
Ilandar,
go ahead and delay.
Ilandar is going to cast haste.
Okay. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to put so Storm is going. All right, I'm busting out Storm as a side. So all right, so she's going to have the same she's delaying. Okay.
She's delaying. She's going to delay. You can actually go ahead and put her down right after Flash Art.
Right after Flash Art. All right. That's a weird strategic the bottom of the order. All right, cool.
You're waiting for me to go so I can put some aura of justice on this.
So he can take her from like dangerous to like ludicrous.
Deadly. All right. So and you're casting haste. How long does that last?
15 rounds.
15 rounds. What the hey? That seems
Is it on everybody?
arbitrary and capricious.
Except for the demon. I did not give it to the demon.
Okay.
No matter how much she begs and asks
You
for
said
it.
everyone.
We
You
like
said
arbitrary.
everyone, no take backs.
We like arbitrary and capricious.
That's true. You guys do. You guys have done a lot of that. I'm just saying. All right. So you bust out Storm and you cast haste. Any movement? You running away? That kind of thing. It feels right.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So then we go down to Bardos, who I suspect has some sort of crazy shit that he's about to do.
Involving
say-
nanites.
Isn't Bardos gonna hold?
I don't know. Bardos, are you going to hold? Where's
I'm not going to
Bardos?
hold. I'm not going to do the other thing yet, but I am going to do a displacement spell on Storm.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. What does that do? It just makes her harder to hit.
Yeah,
25% miss chance?
50%. Yeah, 50%.
50% miss chance.
Percent
Laser
miss.
coat?
Okay. How long does that last?
15 rounds.
A combat.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yep.
All right. I'm just going to put that by
All right,
Storm.
all right.
We'll keep that. Be a lot cooler if you didn't cast that spell. All right. Is that it for you, Bardos? You staying put? You're not moving? You're not running? You're not running towards the demons and saying, hey, I'm one of you guys.
No, I'm going to back up a little bit. I think, well, Flash Heart's going to probably move. If I move, that's
I'm
going
gonna
to
cast
be.
my thing and then move.
I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Okay. Cool. All right. I hate to even say this word. Fletcher, you're up.
I will be pausing until after Flash Art.
So you're delaying too?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I guess you didn't
Are
sit
you
up
after
here.
Flash Art or after Storm?
Flash Art?
I'll go after Storm.
Okay.
After Storm, bottom of the order. You gonna Bring the hurt. I see. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool.
I'm batting cleanup.
I
Yeah.
see. All right. Well, that leaves us the one and only Flashheart, who draws Radiance, and Radiance begins singing, as she has been wont to do.
I will, as my cantrip blows my hair back and the music comes to a crescendo, I will point to her and say, "Aura of Justice."
Yes, he did it.
Hey, Don, high five.
High five.
Smite evil to everybody within 10 feet.
All right. Everybody within 10 feet gets Smite Evil.
I swear I was giving it 50-50 odds.
That's everybody but Illandar, I think.
All right. Everybody but Illandar gets Smite Evil. All right. How long does that
including-
last?
Including the Raven.
I'm gonna go
Until
on.
she's dead.
Until she's dead. Yeah, you want the link, buddy?
No, that's fine. Because it's going to be your corpses on the ground when this is all over.
Aura
So
of
what
be
does
Justice.
that do? It's showing
Smite and evil
plus
in that.
0 attack and plus 0
Yeah,
damage.
everybody gets to smite evil. You want
So
to?
everybody
Okay.
gets +7 to attack.
Uh-huh.
I think it's plus 15 damage now. It was plus 14 last time I used it, but I think it's plus 15 damage now,
Yes.
and then +7 to AC.
Well, okay, 7 attacks, 15 damage, and 7 AC.
Yeah.
And it's an effect until you are dead or she's dead.
Right.
7 to attack.
And bypasses all DR.
And yeah,
Nice.
bypasses all D.
Oh, say that every time too.
Every time. Les loves it when you say it. Steve loves it when you say that too, but he's not here.
So I don't know if I told you guys, but we have a new house rule that says that Smite Evils do not bypass DR. I'm sure I sent that in the email, didn't I?
Sorry.
Might evil actually jump.
It's like Smite Evil bypassing DR. It's like every 2 seconds I got to play this.
All right. And now I can move, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm on the wrong.
But you can't attack. Unless can you distribute that aura as a swift action?
That is a swift action.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So
So
you
then you can attack. You can move and
You
attack.
can move and attack once.
Do a single attack.
Did you get that email I sent you?
Me? Yes.
Okay.
Dude,
You don't climb her.
I was gonna say,
Can't I fly?
are you giving
You can.
Oh yeah, you can.
Don't.
So all right, so here's what I gotta do. So I'm gonna put like a little let's see, what do I got? I probably blue. So I'm gonna do a quick oh, that's too big. Hold on a sec.
Damn, those are great numbers with that Smite Evil.
Yeah.
All right. This is where you are on the ground. Right there. See that?
Who's that?
That's so that's Flashheart. He has lifted off and is now 30 feet, 25 feet, 30 feet in the air.
Got it.
No, it's about halfway. So he's about 20 feet in the air. Hold on. Why don't I do this? Because what? Oh, here we go. This is what I want. I'm gonna do this way.
Oh,
And I'm just gonna put it up here.
242.
Hold on. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it this way because that's stupid. And we'll be doing this for everything. We're going to use the this chart for every fool thing that comes into my head. So you are now about 20. Where do you want to be? So she's about 40 feet tall. Where do you want to be? How high? Are you attacking her midriff?
I'm gonna go for a belly button.
Belly button. All right. So that's going to be about, I'm going to say 20 feet.
Earn a holy evil belly button.
The navel of doom. So you are 20 feet in the air, and that spot below you is where you are. You're directly above that. So sort of right next to her. All right, go ahead and do your worst.
All right, you.
He's so big that actually looks 3D. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love isometrics when I can make them work. All right, you got Radiance's increased power. You've got Smite Evil.
Yeah, I'm
You've
trying to
got
add
a
it all up here. I can't
bunch of
really-
other shit going on. I don't know.
I can't use the shortcuts that Don put in there for me, so I gotta.
Nobody
No,
really
there's
ever
so
uses
many,
those.
too many buffs.
Nobody ever really uses those.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, not 20, baby, not 20.
Shut up.
You want me to roll for
Shut up!
It's only fair that we have a 1 and a 20 the first round.
okay,
What are you
that's not-
doing to me?
That's
All
not
right, that's an unconfirmed crit. By the way, 34 does not hit her.
So it's
Exploding
Uh,
He
dice.
does have exploding dice.
He does get exploding down.
yeah, but that's 51.
44
hits.
does not hit her?
51
34 does
hits,
not hit her, not even
34
close.
Does not hit her.
but I'd still hit her.
All right, now I want a
Yeah.
perception check after this is done. Whoa, what just happened here? Are you guys seeing all white?
Yep,
Yeah, your shared screen went kind of wonky.
it's slowly
Uh,
coming back, it looks like.
All right, we
see
had
it.
some sort of refresh there. I'm
Mine
doing
looks
this.
I
How
see
do I
the
do-
My screen, I still see it all. So
Well, if you're on Zoom, it freaked out, but if you're on the game,
Roll 20.
Yeah, roll 20s, I see everything, but on the Zoom, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a large yet, right? So I'm still rolling a D8.
Well, yeah, but you've got a bunch of shit going on with it, so
it's less a secondary screen that went
Jeez,
weird.
Shit, can I
it's
keep
not
going,
just a
or
secondary. My primary went weird too.
Oh, your
at the same
primary
time.
went weird too. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to fix it before I roll.
No, go ahead. I don't care what you do at this point. Big
That's
wiener.
31 points of damage.
She's on the
No,
ground.
wait,
right,
wait, actually,
Les?
way more than that. I
Say
forgot
it,
about the
say
Smite
it.
Evil. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't add everything, so I think it's 36 points of damage.
Say it,
What, dragon? What
don't
was it?
say it, okay, say that too. Bypassing all DR.
Is she still on the
Oh, yeah.
ground, Les, too?
Hold on.
And let me ask my lawyer.
She's on the ground. Yeah.
Do I get bleed too?
Yes.
No.
Let's bleed.
No,
Okay, 36 points of damage less.
30.
Oh, come on, that's gonna be a paper cut compared to what Fletcher's gonna do to you.
yeah,
But Radiance is singing the whole time, annoying you while I'm stabbing you in the belly button.
Okay. All right. So, all right. 36 points.
Mhm.
Done.
yeah, I can't see a health bar.
Oh, wait. I get exploding dice, don't I?
Yeah, I suppose.
Go
if you
maxed out.
must.
You rolled a 4,
But you rolled a 4 though.
so you don't get exploding dice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you get
You
you
do.
Get
It
jack
just didn't
squat.
explode.
Yeah, it didn't explode.
yeah, I got a D20 and then
It was a non-exploding, exploding die.
it was Iomade giveth and Iomade taketh away.
Yeah.
That's
Dice
true.
roll.
Iota says you're on your own, Buster. All right. So there's that. All right. So first blood has been drawn. Do you get bleed on this?
Don, I believe
don't-
I do, don't I?
Think so.
In the macro I do for sure, but I can't remember.
You get bleed on a confirmed crit, and it was not a confirmed crit.
All right, there you go.
There you go. All right. Storm.
Okay.
Gatto, dungeon attorney.
Storm's gonna try a
That
full,
wasn't Gatto. That was Don.
Don, dungeon attorney. You should have cards made up.
a nice hastily made it to macro, so I'm hoping it works.
Okay.
Took the other one and added all the bonuses, so we didn't have to say
I
add
forgot
this.
about haste. I could have had another attack, couldn't I have?
Not since
no.
you moved.
All right.
All
Potential
right.
crit.
Wait a sec. All right.
Oh,
That's a crit there, baby.
All right. Storm attacks with a 46 bite. That's gonna miss. Okay. A 60, which is a hit and a potential crit, will hit. The 56 will hit. The 47 will miss. The 52 will hit, and the 53 will hit.
Jesus.
Is she like on the ground?
Well, like, is her body partially sitting on the sand? Yes.
yeah, she's not flying. Okay.
She's not flying. She's teleported in.
She's more than one, never mind. She's more than one category larger than him now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that nat 20 64 trip would have been nice.
Wait, doesn't he have huge claw? Didn't you give him something that made his bite even bigger?
The
Though?
bite is gargantuan right now, is what it attacks as, but
But for the purpose of trip, he's not bigger.
right.
Yeah,
So-
no. She's even bigger than the huge
Yeah.
guys originally saw her at. So she's technically gargantuan at this point.
So the first attack was 48.
Okay.
The second attack was 47.
Okay.
That one missed. The next one that hit was 39.
Okay.
And then the last one that hit was 8 and 6.
54.
54.
Okay. Hold on a second.
188.
And that includes all the holy smite stuff.
Yeah, that's everything.
All right. All right. Couple of things are going to happen. So I'm going to take that damage off. She did get those hits. However, Aponovicius has her own aura, an unholy aura, going on. So it is the reverse, essentially, of holy aura, in that she gets protection from good, and if a good creature succeeds on a melee attack against a warded creature, the offending attacker takes 1d6 points of strength damage, fortitude negates. So I'm going to need 4 fortitude saves, 1 for each one, against DC 25 fort.
Ouch.
Okay.
She's tough.
So
So let me I'll do the points.
is Flash Art close enough to her to give her any bonuses to saves? Or is that just a fear that he gives out?
I don't know. It's you get bonuses for
Okay, okay.
saves. I don't know if Flash Art gets if he gives
Yeah,
out. He's definitely close to her. He's within. I'm not going to get out my protractor here, but he's within. He's certainly within 30 feet.
And remember, you get +4 to saves for Holy Aura.
There you go. There's your save.
4 there, 4 from heroism. Okay, so you said fortitude save?
4 of
okay,
them.
So let's be you won't break from fear.
Right. Okay, this is going to be so 8 plus 2. This is going to be 10 higher than what it rolls.
Okay.
33.
All right. 1 miss. Oh wait, 33. Sorry. Okay, 1 hit, one pass, 2 pass. Come on, natty one. Come on. 3 pass. 4 pass. Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
So
don't
what was your bonus on that total? So it's +16, +10, 26.
Yeah, 16s are normal, but because of 2 different spells and her ability to give 2 out, that adds 10 to it.
All right. Well, there was the DC 25. There's no way she could have failed.
Oh, okay.
She's beyond. She's beyond being affected negatively by that spell. All right. That's it for Storm, I believe.
Yeah. She's
All
gone.
right. Fletcher.
I feel a pound's coming on.
That's
hasted
what
pound.
I'm doing. My internet connection, by the way, has been acting up, so I apologize if I disappear.
No worries. We got
We'll
you.
just assume you're banished to your home plane.
He is going to charge to a point like right about here.
Sorry, we can't hear you anymore. I guess we're out of the game.
Yes, do your 600 points of damage before you drop off.
So are you flying or are you running around? Oh, I muted you, Dan. In my feeble attempt to extract myself.
And I have to undo
you
it. Okay, I see. You can't undo it. Okay. So yes, I'm flying.
Okay, so how high are you up?
20 feet is fine.
Okay. Let's get you a circle.
And I have a like 15-foot reach. So I don't have to go right against her. I know she has huge reach too, but
Yeah,
this
oh yeah.
doesn't matter. And I have
Alright, there you are.
activated my lightning, by the way. She's probably immune, but I just think it looks cool.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm doing a full pounce attack. In that position, do I get flanking with Storm?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So my total pluses then are 8,
Bunch.
16.
Is she considered chaotic?
Yes. Very much so.
Queen of chaos.
All right, I got 5 attacks. I'm going to do them in the order of just using the die rolls, so I don't have to undo them.
Okay.
Okay, so number 1,
Hit.
number 2,
Hit.
number 3,
Hit. This is getting
Number 4.
real fast. Miss.
and number 5.
Miss. So the first 3
Okay,
hit.
no crits.
No crits.
but
Second.
3 hits. Okay.
Wow, the highest you rolled was a 10.
Yeah. At least I still hit 3 times.
Miserable roll.
Yeah, Smite Evil is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And I've put the extra damage in these numbers.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a lot. 18, 21.
We'll do is
181. Do you have that, Chuck?
Yep,
Okay.
that's what I got.
Yeah, 181.
so much more damage than me.
All right. That's the end of the round. I need 3 of you to make will saves. Storm, Flashheart, and Fletcher.
What kind of will save?
Against illusion.
Yeah, I think I have a. That's just an aura of. I think it's.
Oops.
So I think it's charm effects. Okay, that one.
I have a question,
Yep.
and I am asking legitimately. I don't have an opinion on this. The holy aura protects the recipient from possession and mental influence. I don't know if that has any effect on illusion is technically a mental influence or not, but it protects, it basically makes them immune to that.
Okay. I don't think it works with illusions. Illusions are not mental effects in the same sense as a fear spell would be, for example, or something like that.
Yeah, it just says mental influence, and I don't know what that means. I think that's kind of.
I think it's like
illusion's more-
like dominate.
charm. Yeah,
Gordon-
charm,
Illusion's
control.
more of a perception rather than a
Yeah.
will. Yeah.
Okay.
Gordon, I will ask you, do you have I know you have see invisibility. Do you have true seeing?
Not without a spell, which I haven't cast.
Gotcha. Okay, good. 31 will save. All right. So
Okay, who
what
else
about
needs
the
a-
rest of you?
Who else needs to save?
Well, it's 10 higher than that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you get a
28.
plus four to saves if you didn't add that flash.
Oh, I
art.
didn't add. Okay, so it'll be 35 for me less.
Did you add that +4 to the 10 that you're adding to the 28? So is it a natural, is it 28 or is it 32?
No, mine's a 28.
Okay.
Mine's already
Yeah.
got all that added in.
All right. And then Fletcher, will save, please. 34. Okay. So yes, suddenly you guys find yourself flying in nothingness. Your attacks, which are coming more or less simultaneously, have sort of like hit the creature, and you find yourselves flying in there. Everybody else, you guys, as far as you guys get to the 3 of you are concerned, Aponovicius has disappeared from you.
That's Storm, not Illendar, right?
It's
Correct.
not Illendar. Everybody else who has not physically interacted with Aponovicius in any way still sees Aponovicius. Her blades are whirling and attacking. But now the rest of you, even though you see Aponovicius's attacks,
I can't hear you, Wes. What is that?
hold on. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me okay?
I hear you.
I
Okay.
can hear you.
I hear something
All right.
else. Go ahead.
So
Never mind, go.
Aponovicius's blades are whirling around and attacking and that kind of stuff. But the rest of you, who could still see Aponovicius, also see sort of Fletcher and Flashheart and Storm kind of like looking around at this point. And they're just standing there. They're not attacking anymore.
Guys, we might have an illusion here. She seems to have disappeared once we hit her.
All
She's
I think
right
she's
there.
still there.
This is-
She's right there.
He's right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
just-
not there for me.
She is. Just keep hitting her. She's
Ioma
messing
Day
with
is,
you.
Well, you
Ioma Day has
can't-
clearly banished her from this plane. There's nothing here.
No, she's messing with you. Carry on. Game on.
Oh,
All right. That is the
Okay,
end of
guys, I
round.
got this.
I got this. That is the end of round 1.
are we
Gatto,
gonna go
you're
back
up.
to minutes, or are we stopping at midnight?
Huh?
Are we stopping at midnight? It's 20 minutes from now. That's what I'm asking.
Oh,
11, yeah.
I can go
Are we running
long.
along because we most of us don't work tomorrow.
Go one more.
I'm
round.
up for it. Whatever.
I'm good to go until you guys tell me to stop.
Yeah, I can go till maybe a little after 11, but 11's it.
Let's do another round at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got time. I'm just wondering.
So yeah, you guys see. So I'm gonna put a thing here. Hold on a second. Why is I would say I need bigger screens. All right. You guys still see Aponovicius roughly there. Can you guys? Oh wait, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. Hold on.
Roughly where she was before.
Yes, yes. Hold on one sec. There you go. And let me send her the back so she's not covering up people. But yeah, so the rest of you roughly see Aponovicius is still there and is fighting away. But against the guys seem to have like sort of stopped, and you're not sure what they're kind of looking around. And I think Flashheart just yelled out, "We may be in a," or no, it was Fletcher. "We may be in an illusion situation. Something's wrong. Something's up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know." So it is now Gatto's turn.
Gatto fires a single arrow.
Okay.
The chink
Oh shit!
And
Natural 1.
Uh-oh.
he kills Flashheart.
All right, let's roll to confirm.
I don't want to.
I don't
All
blame
I
you.
needed, all I needed was a not one.
Yeah. Well, the reality is with that kind of bonus, you were not. So that is a unconfirmed fumble, but it stops your turn, and you didn't hit anything.
Okay, it stops my attack. I was only doing a single attack. Can I still do a standard action?
You do move action.
I am stealthing.
Okay.
So not invisible, stealth.
Okay. One might assume that one would be under direct observation from an enemy, in which case
one
a
might
stealth would not
assume that
work.
There's a lot going on. Okay.
I mean, it depends. You're in a big crowd of people. It's possible. I mean, you think she's still there, right? You're not seeing.
I
You're
think
seeing
she's still
Aponovicius. You put an arrow at it and missed, but yeah, I mean, to your eyes, stealthing. You would assume that you were still under direct observation. Would not be able to stealth. You cannot stealth when you're under direct observation from an opponent. So she's right there. She's looking at you guys, fighting people within 20 feet of you. I don't know that you would consider stealth to be an option at this point.
Okay, I am just gonna move to here.
All right. Just going to move out into the desert, getting a better bead on your enemy.
Moving away from the rest of those people in case she does an area of effect spell.
All right. Ferrado, you're up.
So Verado gained this rock solid necklace that gave her witch spells.
Which spells? All right. Which spells do you have? Which spells do you have?
Well, I took the old evil eye and protective luck and cackle.
Okay. Cool.
And I think for this one, we
Don't
are
forget
going
you got
to
to
use
attack Jennifer to
the
get
evil
the.
eye, which will give it'll be a -2. She gets a will save. So it's 3 rounds unless she makes her will sound, and then it's just 1 round, but she'll have a -2 to her AC.
Okay. So you're casting the evil eye on Aponovicius. Okay, what's it means I gotta do a will save. What is
You know, I don't know because I don't have my witch stuff together. Hang on. Hex.
you gotta have your witch stuff?
You know, it's interesting because the necklace is not as good because I don't have an intelligence modifier. And I believe that's part of the,
Okay.
let's see. I'm looking
This
for
would
it.
not be a fear effect, right?
No.
She has a pretty good will save.
10 plus half your witch level plus intelligence. So
Of course, I'm gonna roll this. It's
10
gonna be a
plus
1.
2. Okay, so it's only a 13, but you could roll really badly. So roll badly.
Well, she's got a 16 bonus, so that's not gonna hurt her. Yeah, so she's so she is -2 AC for a round, correct?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. All right. Do you want to move or anything like that?
I had to make a 5-foot move to do that. So I will move.
Jennifer, did you
5
know you had to do an attack to get the smite evil stuff this time? Did you plan on doing
Okay,
that?
well, that's technically attack. She's cast
it
evil
attack?
eye on
So any kind of spell cast on
Yeah,
is
any kind of
Yeah.
attack spell works.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. My turn. All right. You guys see across the way, Aponovicius appears, a smaller Aponovicius, much more like the same size that you guys saw from the battlements yesterday when she issued her challenge. The large Aponovicius is still there. This Aponovicius casts Blade Barrier. Right there.
I hate blood barrier.
And so you guys, there's a whole bunch of you that find yourself in this blade barrier, including Bardos, Ferrado, Lothar, and Storm. So blade barrier is an immobile vertical thing of whirling blades. I need reflex saves for half damage
Oof.
as you guys jump away from this thing. Ooh, that's not great.
And this is going to be 4 higher.
Is that everybody less or just the people who?
People who are in there.
Just the people in there. Can you see the blade barrier,
Yeah.
the token?
So that's 23.
Okay,
All
got
right.
it.
So Bardos got an 18.
24.
Bardos got a 24. All right, let me.
I got a 24. Or Storm got
Oh,
a
okay. All right, Storm got a 24. Ilan roll a natural 1. Okay, still a 24 though. Lothar 19. Anything on top of that?
Yeah, +4. It's 23.
23. All right, the DC on this is 25. So Farina and
Oh.
Farina managed to get out. What Lothar, what's that second roll for you?
The bird.
Oh, the bird. All right. So and is that +10?
No, it's +4. That +4.
All right. So DC was 25. So I think Farina is the only one
That's
who
it.
made it. 51 points of damage. 25 for Farina as she runs out of the way. And you hear laughter from the big Aponovicius. Now you know what you face.
Howard. That's what we
the
did.
stone skin takes off from that, right?
Believe
That's right.
so. Yeah. So stone skin.
Yeah.
I don't think it. I think so it's DR10. Does
So
it only?
it's a
Does it
10 at a
only?
time.
It only takes off 10 at a time. Is that correct? Did I have that right?
Yep.
Or this would be considered, I guess, one attack, so it's only 10 off of that.
That's still helpful.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, definitely still helpful.
And this is -41. Okay, there we go.
All right, and then let's fix your stone skins as we take everything from you. this huge stone skin that Bardos doesn't have stone skin. Why does Bardos not have stone skin? That doesn't seem fair.
Part
to
of
anybody.
it has it.
Everybody has stone skin.
I cast it on everyone because it was a
They all have
community.
stone skin.
I was gonna say Bardos has it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it in there real quick. Sorry about that. I can't believe I missed you on the first go round. All right. Flash art not
See a
hits.
health bar on her. Are we supposed to be able to see a health bar on her, or is there a reason we cannot?
Not right now.
Does she-
You should be able to see her health bar.
I do not-
Oh, you mean on the big green circle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks pretty beat up, but still kind of okay. Who else got it? Bardos, Lothar, Ferrado. Ferrado, how oh, never mind. From my point of view, you still took 10. All right, that's it
Yes.
for him. Lothar, you're up.
So she's way over here now?
Give me a perception
Don't know
check.
that.
Well, you said we saw the big one looks still there. All right,
Oh yeah. But you give me a perception.
30.
30 perception. Yeah, you see what looks to be a smaller one across the way.
And I was
Storm, Fletcher, and Flashheart all saying that's the only one I see over there.
so I'm gonna take a 5-foot step
But we see both. The rest of us see both.
The rest of us see both.
and I'm gonna direct Astrid down here.
Okay. Did Astrid survive?
Yes.
Okay.
You thought you were gonna kill my second bird? Oh,
No, I didn't
fucked
think
up.
that.
Not only did Astrid survive, Astrid also has Holy Smite.
Yeah, she has holy smite.
What's she
Astrid's pissed.
She's gonna peck my eyes out.
No, she's gonna deliver a spell that's gonna hurt your ass. So anyway, at this point, I can't stretch the screen enough to be able to do a measure. So
All right. Where would like from you now?
from me now to her now.
Okay. Let me do that for you. About 150 feet.
Okay, so I'm going to fire arrows at her.
Okay.
Because I have to attack.
I think you might have a range increment in there.
Well, it's
But
gonna-
let me check.
Yeah,
But we
it-
decided as long as he's attempting, it doesn't matter if he can.
right. And the
Right.
longbow is 100, so to be one
Right.
range increment. So it'll
Right,
be
okay.
-1. What's the pluses for for the aura of justice holy smite? Or
I think
Plus
it's
7 to hit.
7 to hit.
plus 7 to hit, plus what to damage?
Plus
Plus
15
whatever.
damage.
Okay,
Plus whatever else you have going on.
yeah. So
well, it's the bow of Erastil, right?
yes,
So let's hit and
So-
touch.
plus I'm gonna add +6, so it takes in 16. So that it takes care of the -1 for range. And plus what to damage?
15.
15.
So that's gonna change to that. Then this is gonna change. Oh shit.
That's what I said.
So +7 -1 +6, okay, and then plus 15 to damage. So this is going to be that. Okay. So now I'm going to fire arrows, and these are at touch AC.
Okay.
Where'd it go?
Her touch AC is still pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Potential crit and a 35.
35 is going to hit touch AC.
Okay, so the
Roll to
first,
confirm the crit one first.
well, wait a minute. I'm also hasted, so I get another attack.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So do you, if I do this
So,
macro,
so
it's going to
roll
do 2,
this one roll the same macro just for the haste attack.
right? Which
26
is,
probably misses.
That's an
26.
unconfirmed crit, yeah. And then
no, that's
Oh,
not a
no, that
crit.
was just the haste
The
attack.
26 was the third attack.
Oh, okay, okay.
Now,
'Cause I'm
now
hasted.
roll the confirmation for the first arrow.
Right. 31
This
That's a
31
miss.
doesn't hit.
That's the miss.
on a
so an
touch
unco-
attack.
Yep.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Okay, so it's 15 against evil and It didn't roll the evil. It didn't roll it. My macros screwed up. So it's 15 damage because of gravity bow.
Okay.
On the first hit. The second hit was 25 plus 12.
Okay, so 37.
37.
Okay.
The third one you said was a miss.
Yes.
Are you adding 15 for the smite evil on each of these?
Yeah.
No.
15 to each of the smite evils.
We'll do
No.
that. So 2 hits will add another 30.
Right. But the one that was a potential crit has 1d6 that was
Okay.
Six.
Roll another
So-
roll another D6.
so explosive. Roll already. That's not much. 1.
1 point. Okay, so
And then there were 2 hits. Now 1 hit still needs 46 because it didn't put in my against evil damage.
oh, right, okay.
Another 11.
Another 11. All right.
And then plus 30.
No, I already added the 30 in.
Okay.
12, 22, 23, 24. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. I have 114.
Okay.
All right. 114 on a couple of arrows. That's pretty tense. Oop,
Hmm.
I'm on the wrong layer. Hold on a sec.
So that was my attacks with haste and all of the other stuff.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And you did a 5-foot step.
Yeah, I'll try to fix my macro. So one of them isn't putting in the 46 against evil. I don't know why. It's in there.
Did Don write that macro for you?
No.
It's an isolated question without any context.
Yeah.
Hold
Not-
hold that
You're
thought.
missing a bracket. Wait. You have a
Illendar.
single bracket, 2d6 plus 18. It needs to be a double
Be right
bracket.
back.
Ah, okay.
So Don didn't write it, but he knew how to fix it.
Outstanding. And then the 46 evil, they're all in double brackets. Okay, I think I fixed it now. Thanks, Don.
Yep.
You're the bracket master.
Master of
I've written a
brackets.
few macros.
Bracket master.
Okay, I'll tell Les when he gets back, but I'm casting see invisibility on Storm, so if she keeps doing this invisibility crap, Storm will be able to see.
Invisibility or illusion?
Well, she went invisible and did the illusion. It must have been a same spell or something that did both.
Yeah.
But she was invisible for a little bit. So I'm just making it to where if she tries that again or another similar spell, Storm can still see her.
No.
Good girl, Storm.
All right.
So
Illendar.
Illendar moved right there and then cast see invisibility on Storm.
Okay. I see invisibility. Got it. And that lasts for how long? Let me guess. 15 rounds?
150 minutes.
What? All right.
So now that Storm can see invisibility, does she see anything else invisible on the battlefield?
Give me a perception check.
This is going to be at +4. So 27.
27. No, she does not. I mean, she can see the big Aponovicius in front of her. Or actually,
Oh, yeah.
so she doesn't see the big
She
Aponovicius.
does not.
But she can see the smaller Aponovicius off about 150 feet away. But other than that, she does not see any invisible creatures on the field. The next batch of creatures would be the line of the demon army, who are now cheering like crazy over there, making a spectacle of themselves with their slavering cheers.
As a free action, since you can do it anytime, Storm will call out, I don't see anything else invisible on the battlefield. So everyone can hear.
Okie doke.
All right, that it for you, Illendar?
Illendar.
Bardos.
First off, I want to use enchantment site. Let's just to see if what's going on with these two different creatures is an enchantment effect.
Enchantment site. Is that a spell or?
It's a permanent thing I've got going on.
Okay.
Enchantment spells affect the minds of others, influencing or controlling their behavior. So I doubt that I would see anything on her, but I'm trying to see if that's why Storm's not seeing her.
No, you do not. You do not see any enchantments on Storm other than the ones that you yourselves have cast upon her. So your guess is give me a knowledge arcana. Something we haven't busted out in a while.
$30.
30. Yeah, your guess is that it's just simply an illusion or a projection. And you recall back when yesterday, before you guys set off the bombs inside of Aponovicius's lair, that she manifested herself as a 300-foot tall kaiju-sized Aponovicius at the head of this army. Your guess at that time was that it was a projection from some remote place, which you suspected would be the lair that you guys destroyed. In this case, you suspect now that what you're seeing, Flashheart and Fletcher and Storm sort of standing around, is another projection. And you know that certain creatures, especially demons who have this power, are able to set these projections pre-programmed with a series of movements or whatever, so that they appear quite realistic, while they can be at a remote location or do something else. They can also act directly through their projections. In this case, Aponovicius has not delivered any successful attacks, more's the pity. So there really hasn't been any issue with illusionary versus real damage. However, the blade barriers, as you look over them with your knowledge arcana, the blade barriers are quite real.
Right. And I don't have any way of knowing if the other projection of her is not a projection or is a projection, right?
At this distance, she looks as real as anything else, but so does the projection that so does the one that you're looking at near Flashheart. Your guess is that the one by Flashheart and Fletcher and Storm is a projection because of the way Flashheart and Fletcher and Storm are reacting.
Because of the
yeah, because they were and it's the old illusion rules, right? It's the idea of once they interact with it, they get a will save. If they make the will save, then the illusion disappears. But for the rest of you who have not interacted directly with the projection or the illusion, it's still visible, even though you guys intellectually may know that it's probably not real.
And it was able to generate damage with it. Oh, the blade barrier doesn't matter.
Blade barrier, as far as you can tell, is quite real.
Yeah, she threw it from where she is. Got it.
That's a spell, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna move. I can move out of a blade barrier, right?
Oh yeah. Probably should.
It's advised.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go over by Lothar. Then I'm gonna do the nanites thing and do the dimensional anchor.
What's the range on that? Is it within range?
Yeah, it's 250 feet. Yeah, it's
okay. And then and your nanite enhancing?
Yeah, to basically counteract her spell resistance, unless that counts as the holy aura doesn't change, or the
no. What
spike doesn't change.
It completely blocks extra dimensional travel.
Right. No, but the smite evil doesn't.
Oh, it'll stop her from teleporting. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, right. The spell resistance, though, the smite resistance or the smite evil, that doesn't change that, right? The spell resistance.
She still has spell resistance. So,
so that's what I'm going to use the nanites on is to get
past the spell resistance.
Yep.
And then do I get a save on dimensional anchor? I do.
No, you don't.
No save. Oh, you know why? Because you have to hit her on a range touch.
Right.
So I'll tell you right now, before you do this, in case you want to, if you want to leave your hand on the pawn for a second, her touch AC is 35.
Really? So I can't hit her then. Huh.
Well, you have Smite Evil.
Yeah.
Smite would affect, Smite Evil would affect that. So that will give you a
You still
+7
got
on addition
+7,
to all
yeah.
your other stuff. Is it still possible to hit her?
You said a range touch?
Yeah.
Well, it's her touch AC, it doesn't matter if it's ranged or regular touch, but yeah, it's her touch AC is 35.
And your ranged attack is affected by dexterity.
Okay, so my ranged attack is a 19 normally.
Yeah.
So +7 would be 26. And what did you say hers was?
35. So you'd need a 9,
35.
basically 10.
Yeah, 9 or better.
So it is possible.
It is possible to hit her. Better than even chance. Well, around an even chance.
Oh,
Even
it's still
chance.
worth it. It's
So maybe we should have had you do this, Lothar. Man, it's going to be definitely not a given. All right, well, I'm still going to do that because
Yeah, do it.
that's what we need to do to make sure she doesn't run away.
Yeah.
Mike, do you see my message?
Yeah.
Figure out. So I've got a +18. And then this is a DC 23, right? Oh no, I'd say
She doesn't get a save.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
save.
I'm-
Hit her first, and then we'll talk about nanites and
okay, all right.
and overcoming spell resistance. Because if you miss her, then spell resistance doesn't matter.
Okay.
And you could save the nanite surge. Here it comes. Natural 1. Natural 1.
Natural 20.
Really care for this new roller. It does. It's not as
Say that.
Click on advanced roller.
good as.
Woo!
Oh,
There we
okay, that is a
go.
hit. Barely made it. All right, she gets hit. All right, so let's talk about nanites and spell resistance. So spell resistance is you D20
Plus
plus
level, right?
Plus
Yeah,
As
cast,
your caster
yeah.
level.
plus
Yep.
spell penetration.
Plus spell
So
penetration, greater
15,
penalty.
16, 17, 18. So 19 plus 18 is 20, 37, right?
That's your plus on spell resistance?
Yeah.
In this case, yeah.
Oh, because of the nanite surge?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I will tell you right now that 37 easily exceeds her spell resistance. So she is now dimensionally anchored.
Nice job. What's up?
Nicely
Yeah.
done.
Okay. So she screams in irritation at you. She's like, you filthy beasts. Now I will make you pay.
Oh, no.
You think you have won? You have won nothing. All right. Is that it for you, Bardos?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna this free action. I'm just gonna say I think the one across the sand there is the one we need to be attacking, guys. I'll say that loudly.
How do I
Okay.
shake that? I guess we'll
Okay.
find out in a sec.
All right, Flashheart, you're up. Now you're flying. You the Aponovicius that you were attacking has disappeared. And you see if you look around, Flashheart's kind of like, or Fletcher's go, I don't know where it went. And there's also a blade barrier that's chewing up some people, and you can see that Bardos and Lothar have sort of stepped to the side. Gatto is sort of wandering around in the sand. Looks like he might go over to the other side, maybe fight for the demons. You're not sure. He might be surrendering. You can hear him say, "Come on, demons, let's get them." They're vulnerable.
Matt, if that's you doing the measurement, make sure you use the blue dot, not your character.
Well, no, his character. Yeah, I guess that's true. And hold down your Alt key; it'll give you more control over that measurer.
There you go.
All right, so I guess, do I need to shake the illusion before I can even?
Well, no, you've shaken the illusion. You see nothing. Aponovicius, the only you need to. So what you need to do is a perception check to see if you look over there in response to Lothar and Bardo saying, "Hey, she's over there," and see if you see her.
Let me do
Which
that.
should be pretty easy.
She's awfully big.
Yeah, she's quite big.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23 is going to be more than enough. So yeah, you see her. She's still about half of the size, maybe, of what you guys saw. This is more in line with what you guys saw from the battlements yesterday. Of what? So she's about 25 feet tall or so, you know, and that kind of thing. But she is, it looks like she might be. I got a question. Does dimensional anchor keep you from flying? It does not.
Mm-mm.
No.
Just
Okay,
extra dimensional stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you see her over there. She's flying over there. Everybody else is dealing with blade barriers and casting spells and acting foolish.
All right, so let me ask you, since I'm flying and I'm not used to it, how far can I fly and still cast a spell?
Fly spell.
It's a random haste
60.
too.
Yeah, it's
One
60.
movement is 60, so you can fly 60 and then cast a spell.
Okay, and I am, okay, wait, I'm sorry, let's make sure. That'll be enough there. 145. Okay, so from where I'm at, I'm gonna fly. How do I, okay, hang on a sec. I grab
So you
myself.
move your guy, and then I'll move your
Dot.
thing, your dot.
I'm trying to grab my guy. It's just, I have it so far zoomed out that,
Stop measuring and grab and do the arrow.
thank you, yeah. But I also had it so far zoomed out, I was just a little tiny dot. All right, so I think this is where I'm gonna go right here. I just gotta measure again. Because it should be within 100 feet.
All right. Are you descending or are you staying at 20 feet?
Well, is she still 50 feet tall?
No, she's about 25 feet tall now.
All right, so then I will stay about 10 feet off the ground.
10 feet off the ground. Okay, cool.
Is that 100 feet?
No, not quite. A little bit more.
Okay, that should be it.
All right.
There you
Okay.
go.
Flame
right.
strike.
Ooh, doggies. Flame strike. All right, so.
Guide and true. Trying out a little herald power here, guys.
Didn't we determine she was immune to flames, or is that a
Half-
different? That's
Half
holy.
of flame strike is holy.
It's holy damage, right?
I'll take
Right,
it.
so flame strike, vertical column of divine fire, D6 points of damage per caster level.
That'll be 15d6 minus half.
Ooh, it would be, yeah. Herald of Iomade is starting to shake his groove thing, I think. All right, so reflex for half, spell resistance, yes. So you have to get through her spell resistance. So in this case is you roll a D10 plus your level, caster level.
A D20.
Oh, I'm sorry, D20 plus your caster level, D4 plus your caster, half your caster level, and you have to beat her SR number. You do know that Bardos was able to beat her 24. That is not enough. The flame strike comes out of the sky and bends around her as her magical power sort of protects her from the effects of your spell. It does not seem to touch her. It does not seem to hurt her at all.
As a free action, I say, lame. I'm at.
Hold
Nice. If you don't need the Herald of Iomade, I think I'm gonna call it a night after this. I think I'm
Yeah.
not gonna get through a whole other round, but I'm feeling pretty done.
We definitely need you, so yeah, we'll just call it.
All right. All right. So you're gonna bail, Matt?
Yeah, you still have the rest of the round to get through there.
We just got two people left.
It's just a
That's
couple
me,
of
so-
people.
Or I'll
Are
wait till
we?
that.
Oh, we're about quarter after. All right. Yeah. So Flashheart, is that it for you?
That's it for me.
All right, brother. We will talk soon.
All right. Good night, all. Happy Labor
Night.
Day.
Good night, man.
Good night, Matt. Storm.
Be an anticlimactic leaving because I gotta click through all these
Yeah,
tabs to
That
find
was
the
the
Zoom.
worst
Sorry.
exit ever. I gotta say.
Here we go. All right. There. Bye.
So storm
right.
right there. With a
Okay.
double, actually, no,
That's a double move.
that is not a double move. I get to go 40 more.
Okay. Bring it, shitstick.
I know she can't make it to her, but
Can she make it within 15 feet of her, or 10 feet in this case?
You can use haste to get extra speed, right? Like 30 or something like that.
right. So,
Haste is extra speed, right?
oh wait, then I think she could have made it there. You know what? She can because she was only 140 away, and she didn't even have to get all the way there.
Is she flying?
Yeah, about 10 feet off the ground.
Okay, hold on one momentito. All right, we're heading that. And I will get an attack of Oppo against you as you fly in because she has a range of 10. What's your reach?
10 feet.
All right, so if you want to deliver, will you still have the room to deliver an attack?
What do you mean?
At the end of this, do you have any more actions left, or is this going to be a full move action?
It's a charge, and it's going to be a pounce. So she's going to
So
deliver.
stay 10 feet away so you don't give her the attack of opportunity.
Well, I think she's got 15.
She's got 15, so she gets
She's got
an
15.
attack of opportunity,
That
but he
automatic.
does get
Okay.
pounced.
Well, now wait a second. You're moving 150 feet. You still get pounce?
That's what pounce
That's
is.
how pounce works.
You make
It's
a
gonna
charge.
go. I'm gonna do the same thing.
You make a charge.
It's just based on your charge
Two
distance.
movements. And at the end of that, if you can attack, then you get a full round.
Well, I think that really stinks.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Doesn't it?
All right, we're gonna make another house rule, I think.
No more pounces.
All right, so you are 10 feet up, so I'm gonna put your
No more
lot-
PC pounces.
Yeah, no more PC pounce.
NPCs can.
All right, I will get an attack of opportunity, but you will get your. Is it a full attack? Really?
Yeah, so go ahead and you swing first.
All right, sir. I am going to make a mess out of you, and I'm going to like it. All right. Where are my rolls? How come it's not doing it? Okay. Hold on a sec. So I have to calculate, and your alignment is good, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
She's buffed to the gills, so I'm just letting you know.
So am I.
Okay.
I did not skimp on the buffs.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I got this right. All right. +3. Yes. Okay. Here we go. 57 hit.
No.
Wow.
What is your AC?
59.
Huh?
59.
Shut
Wow.
up. 59? All right, she missed. That's a miss.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Storm has like every, and the Smite Evil helps too at 7.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
oil
that does help.
4.
Well, she's got Smite Good going on, so it's a sort of dueling smites here.
Right, dueling Smite, yeah. Who'd she smite though?
She
That's on
attacked.
somebody.
She's smiting Storm.
Okay.
Is she doing a smite good, or is she using that unholy aura?
Both.
Both. Okay.
All 3.
All 3.
All
Whatever.
three.
I'm gonna pile a bunch of stuff
Whatever it
on
takes.
between. Yeah.
220, 221, whatever
Yeah.
it takes.
38, 39, whatever it takes.
All right. Do your worst. Storm along. All right. Is that a natural fucking 20 that you just fucking did right there? Is that what you did? Is that what you did?
Don't worry, the third one stops it, so.
Oh, that's right. All right. So 58 is a critical threat and a hit. 48 is a miss. 42 is a natural 1. So that's gonna stop things.
So I'm gonna
I need you to confirm the crit first and the fumble second.
Actually, I'm gonna do the thing again, and we can do both at the same time.
Okay.
Use the first attack to.
Oh, right. And we'll just do the equivalent kind
Yeah.
of spaces. All right, got it. Do it. All right. 48, unconfirmed crit.
54.
40,
In the second.
54, unconfirmed fumble.
So both of them are unconfirmed.
Right. But you do get, and it
Exploding
looks
dice.
like you do get another D8 on that 39 points of damage, plus 6 would be 45. Are you going to try and trip me? Is that what you're trying to do? Hold on. I got to make sure that she's immune to trip.
Let me just write this down.
Well, no.
To trip.
Oh, let me just write that down.
You're right there.
Look at there it is. Immune to trip.
All right. So, all right.
You're
So it
kind of a
was
snake person, so you're tripping a snake.
So 64 plus 3 is 67. Plus 6 is 73. Am I reading that right? 73 bite points? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yes.
We got 70.
64 plus 6 is 70 plus 3 from the
Wait,
additional
is that
D8.
with the 15?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the 3 from the extra D8. So yes, 73. You're right.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, is that with the
Uh,
plus 15?
Yes, I've modified this one so it's got all our stuff.
Okay.
All right. I have to see. I think Mariliths, I hate to say it because they are snake creatures. They might be more difficult to trip. But
But it's a 63 attempt, so it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's bad. All right, Mariliths. I just want to check because it does not say that she's trip immune here.
Is there a CMD and then a plus something?
Cannot be tripped. Mariliths. Look it up.
I'm fine. I trust you.
They cannot be tripped. I knew they could. All right. So yes. So the trip attack will fail. Sorry there. All right, but yeah. So she can't be tripped because she's a snake woman. But that if it matters, it would have tripped her. Because her CMD, while enormous, is not a 63. It's a well. I'll just tell you, it's a 50. It's a 52. So that's still pretty good. All right. So that was your attack. Anything else?
No, that's it.
That is it. Fletcher. I'm assuming you're going to do something equally stupid.
I'm going to do the exact same stupid thing.
Okay.
I'm going to pounce.
Exactly.
But my reach is
Roll better.
15, so I'm going to stop at 15. So
All
no
right.
attack opportunity.
Got
She's
it.
already
Okay.
used her attack of opportunity.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Les wrote down that she has more than one.
Check. Oh yeah, multiple attacks of opportunity. Yeah, here we go. No, she doesn't.
All right. So I'll let you move me whenever you want to.
You move you, and then I'll move your dot.
Okay, so I don't just want to avoid storm, so I'll go to about like say here.
Okay, so you're
15
not
feet
going to go
back.
into, and are you going to descend at all, or
No, well, if she's only 25 feet tall.
right now I have you at 15 feet.
Yeah, I'd stay at 15.
Okay, perf. All right, you are at 15 feet, and you are going to do all of your friggin' attacks.
Correct. Same as last time. There's 5. I'm just going to roll them in the order that I don't have to change the numbers.
Hate this part.
I love this part.
All right. 56 is a hit. 61 is a hit. 50 is a miss.
You rolled a 3.
It's still a miss. I mean, you guys are doing auto shit here. 54 is a hit. 1, 2. Only one you missed is 3. What attack was that?
3 would have been the claw, so this is
Okay.
just 4 hits with the sword.
Okay. I will require some unholy aura issues, though,
Okie dokie. Well,
which
here's the damage.
which I forgot to assess to you last time.
Why are you good?
He's misunderstood. Jesus, look at those numbers.
That's freaking awesome.
All right, 15, 16.
220.
236.
236.
36. Yeah, that's what I get. That really sucks. All right. Minus
This
2,
Stuck
3.
like we're having
6.
snake meat.
No,
for
no.
dinner.
Yeah, she's not done yet.
All right.
Not done
Hold
yet.
on. Is she immune to lightning?
Yes,
Oh, dang it.
yes, she is. All right, so now I need 4 fortitude saves from you. DC 25, because of the whole unholy aura.
And remember, you get on top of all the bonuses you get, Storm's giving you a +2.
Oh, Storm, I need an unholy aura save. She hit him once.
Okay.
So I need a save from
Um,
her.
Hold on a second.
These are fort saves.
They have SR 25 versus evil.
Yeah.
It's not a spell. Well, no, unholy aura.
It's a
That's hold on. Let me look. Oh shit, spell resistance. Yes, so I have to pierce their spell resistance.
Yeah.
All right. First things. All right, I'll do it. I'm down. I'm down. Rules are rules. You know me. I love the rules. All right, caster level plus D20 against spell resistance. All right, this isn't engraved in stone. All
And
right,
if he does
against
make it, you guys get +4 to your saves.
Storm. Shit.
Nope.
Nope, didn't affect Storm. Against Fletcher. There we go.
Yes. So
Okay.
Fletcher, you do have to roll your save, but you do get +4 to that.
On top of your
Okay.
regular fort.
Two from Storm being
And
close.
another 2, so you're +6.
+6. All right. And what am I aiming for?
DC 25. Fortitude, which is probably you probably got enough bonuses to
You
just
probably got a pretty good fortitude save.
because if I recall
Yeah.
correctly, Storm did it well automatically, right?
Yeah, if your fortitude save in the
Got a bunch of-
pluses,
Actually, and you've also got the 4 from heroism.
That's what I had written down was +8. Thank you, Mike.
so
That's
you're
what's confusing me.
+10.
You're-
So if you're
Yeah,
four-
I made it then. Because
Yeah,
that's a combined +25 for me.
so we can't fail.
Because my base is 15.
And you
then
can't
it's
fumble a
42.
save, yeah.
Fortitude's my best save, Les. Don't feel bad.
He's a
I already feel bad. I feel bad from that natural 1 that I rolled the first time out when I was going to clunk Storm's ass.
Yeah.
And Les, the last thing on my turn, and we got to remember this for next time.
Okay.
I tell her, I call out to her and I say, I like what you've done with your hair, but it must take forever to braid all 6 armpits like that.
Oh wow.
And then I take my come and get me stance.
Ooh, all right. Come and get me stance. All right, let's check that out.
And he looks at her and says, "How you doing?"
Come
I
and
would-
get me. All right. So here's
love
what
it.
come and get me. While raging, as a free action, the barbarian may leave himself open to attack while preparing devastating counterattacks. Enemies get a +4 bonus on attack and damage against the barbarian until the next of his turn, but every attack against the barbarian provokes an attack of opportunity, which is resolved prior to resolving the attack. Holy crap.
Wow.
So if she attacks me, there's a really good chance she's not going to survive.
Well, I got more than one trick up my sleeve. This isn't over yet.
I was waiting for the standard. Hi, my name's Fletcher, and I'll be your murderer today.
I'll be your murderer today. All right. Did you roll that fortitude save yet?
He's
It was
now
an
he can't
automatic save.
fail.
What's your
It's
bonus?
automatic.
Plus 25.
Yeah, that's an automatic.
Sorry.
Murderer. Okay. All right. So that's Fletcher. Done. Come and get me. You're at 15-foot height. That is the end of the round. We are at 11:30, 12:30 for those of you on the East Coast.
He
And
bailed already.
we were probably gonna. Well, Dan's on the East Coast. Eric's on the East
Oh,
Coast.
Yeah.
I can see
So
Eric yawning from here.
yeah. But I'm gonna throw it out there. If anybody wants to go another round, I'm down. But Dan, it's your call. You are the East Coast guy, and I know you've got a big.
I can't make it another round.
Great game.
Can't do it. All right. All right. Let's pause here. This is where we'll
Excellent.
stop. We will restart next time we play, which I don't know when that's going to be. I think the first. So we got to figure out when it's going to be because I think the first Sunday next month is Archon.
It's Archon.
It's Archon. So we got to figure out. Maybe we can squeeze something in between now and then, which I would like to do because there's a lot going on in this battle, and I want to see how it goes. Even though it sounds, even though right now it feels like maybe I'm on the back foot. I don't know. I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel the excitement.
Well, you've got 2 months to make up some shit.
Yeah, that's true. So, and when it comes to making up shit, 2 months is a long time. I'll
Yeah.
be all over that kind of stuff. So,
All right, guys, I'm out of
All right.
here.
All right.
thanks, you
Good night.
guys. This was awesome, and
Night,
look
everybody.
forward to the next one.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Holiday.
Take care.
Night, Jennifer.